So I was hired by, so let me talk quick. I was hired by an agency to be a home health care provider.
Okay. Now, so it was an agency that you worked for?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
All right.
1 week short of a year. So
Okay.
what had happened is I'd gotten even great Google reviews that I was doing a great job. Never once got a complaint. I had kept asking them, how come I'm not getting paid for two people? I should at least be getting 20, I was getting 15.
Why were you let go, though, to begin with? Why? I missed that part.
Because, why I was terminated, what it came down to, this all happened in a 3-week period. I injured myself trying to protect the woman from a fall. And this is after I'd already been complaining about pay. I went to the doctor. She now wants me to go to the emergency room, but now they're ignoring me. They terminated me in the moment because they claimed I stole a ring, but then they found it.
Do you think they were looking for, Sherry, do you think because you were complaining about pay and you got injured, they're thinking this girl's like, she's trouble?
Yes. I think, but I lasted, it was my first, I hadn't complained. There had been no issues. Like I said, they loved me. They would sometimes, they would buy me gifts. It was never a complaint, never once a complaint. And then the woman then.
But what is the official reason you were let? What is the official reason you were let go?
The official reason was that I stole the ring, but they found the ring since.
And how do you know they found it?
I heard from the son who lives in Florida, because he still talks to the couple that I took care of, because they didn't want me gone. They were so sad, and they kept begging for me to come back, and they were...
they told you, they actually said to you, Sherry, we have to let you go because there's a ring missing.
Yes, I have it all in text. It was all done.
Oh, good. Save that. So then what happened after that?
Okay, so after, they won't communicate with me now. And I tried to reach out saying,
did they withhold pay?
Yes, they've even withheld pay.
How much
they
pay?
Ended up sending me. So far, it's what they weren't paying me that they should have been, because I had contacted Medicaid to find out was I supposed to be paying, because Medicaid covered them. And that's
but you don't necessarily, Sherry, you don't necessarily get what Medicaid reimburses. You get whatever.
No, I know that. But I wanted the 2 people pay, not 1 people pay. That's all. Because I know they get something like 36 per patient or something, but I was only making 16. I was fine with that.
But Sherry, here's what I need.
25.
Sherry, I need to understand this. Now, you're saying that in one household you were taking care of 2 people?
Correct.
And you're saying that when you went to work, it was your understanding you would be paid per person?
Yeah, because that's how it works.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what Medicaid pays for 2 people.
No, I know that. But I was just letting you know they're both covered.
But it doesn't matter. Sherry, please, I want to help you. I swear to God, but you have to have the right argument. If you go in saying there were 2 people, they weren't paying me for 2 people, and Medicaid, they're both covered, but your job was to get paid by the hour no matter how many people, you don't have an argument. I need to know, what was your agreement with the agency when you went to work? It doesn't matter who's covered in the house. What matters is as long as they're paying you minimum wage, you're covered, unless they lied to you. What did they say?
Okay. So how they did it was they said, for the first 4 hours, you'll be paid for the wife. And then for the second 4 hours, but it was always, I worked way more than 42 hours a week. But they said, and then the second 4 hours will be the husband. And that, so they would separate it like that. They would do...
So you would only be paid for one at a time, is what they're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, because they were trying to profit more. I understand that. But however, if you agreed to that, technically, if you were supposed to divide your time, then they don't have to pay you anymore.
Okay. So then, all right, that I understand. But then, and I would have been willing to accept that, because I just kept thinking, can we talk about it? And they would always just not. So then what happened was I got injured, and that's why I think then this happened.
Okay.
Because the lady had a procedure, so I saved her from a fall.
I get it.
That I'm telling you would have. Yeah. So I got hurt though.
No, I get it. So they can't, they shouldn't fire you for being injured or for complaining. But what I want to know is, how long ago was this?
This was all done about 2.5 weeks ago. The final day was July 13th, is the day they terminated me.
Okay. Now, here's the deal. You're going to have a good argument, maybe, for retaliation. I don't know. I don't think you're going to have an argument for not getting paid enough if you agreed to split your time. Now, I know what you're saying. In reality, there's no way you have 2 hours for one, 4 hours for one and 4 hours for another. If you're there caring for the second one and the first one has an issue, they were just sneaky. They're trying to get double reimbursed from Medicaid, but only pay you for one. I get it. I get what you're saying, but they're two separate issues, really, and it sucks. It really does. Now,
well, no, because there's even a third issue, though.
What's the third?
The reason.
What's the third issue?
Claimed to fire me was they claimed I stole that.
Oh, that's
ring.
right. That's right. That was a false accusation. Now, are they? Do you have in text from the? Do you have in text from the homeowners that they found the ring?
No, I have a talk with the son.
Well, what I'm asking is this. If you challenge...
They won't talk to me.
Okay, but if you challenge the agency, will the son come to your rescue and say, we found that ring?
Well, yeah, and they even said, when I was trying to talk to somebody, they said, because originally they said, we want you to take a polygraph. I said, absolutely, set me up. I'm good with that. And then I kept waiting because I'd been fired and I was desperate because how am I going to get a job now? How am I going to go say when I've been accused? And so I texted something or called saying, hey, I heard the ring was found, or I need to know where to take this polygraph. He said you would reach me, the investigators would reach out to me, and they said, do not contact anymore. So and they said, unless it's illegal. And I'm like, what?
Okay.
So now I'm stuck in this position. I'm going, wait a minute, you fired me for...
Were you a W-2 employee?
Yes.
Okay. You know, we need to figure this one out because I think they're putting the screws to you. Now, whether we can legally do something about it, we're trying to get Cliff Enton on, who is an attorney that does workers' comp and other stuff. He might have some insights. We're trying to get him on for Mike's workers' comp issue. If you can hang on, we can kill two birds with one stone. So hang on. I'm Tom Martino. Are they playing sneaky? And I wonder if it violates any Medicaid. Maybe we get, Mark, who was that?
He left.
He left?
Mark stepped out for a minute.
Okay. We had someone, some kind of angel's help or something that helped with older people with older issues, health care and all that, home health. I wonder if she would know about the rules for Medicaid or when it comes to home health care. I think what we can do is look into that too. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, 888heating.com. Good, honest people. You know, we get no complaints about these people. Yeah. Serious story. And when it comes to heating and air, that's serious because that means they're doing something right? And they'll look at your air and they'll give you free second opinions and diagnosis you can trust. 303-770-2776.
Yep.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Is she still working on
Impact
YouTube?
Traffic.
No, aren't you up?
Yeah, I'm
American swimming star
can we
setting an Olympic record in the women's.
Oh, we all thought you were.
Okay, I will. Hold on.
No, we had deferred to. Are you kidding?
Meets in the women's 800.
She can absolutely do it right now if you want.
Well, I would like, yeah. I mean, I will if I had to, for sure. She has time.
Understood. No, she'll work on it now.
Thank you.
When she came back in, I said that
you're
you were
right.
doing it,
I was.
So
You're
she
right.
stopped doing it.
But I couldn't when I was on the air.
We got it. We will call Cliff.
This report is sponsored.
You do Art of Granite after weather.
On the I-25 northbound off-ramp to I-225.
Whatever this is.
to a crash. Crews on site. Slow traffic back from County Line Road, seeing about 10 minutes of delays. North of there, I-70 westbound, a crash in the left lane at Colorado Boulevard has slow traffic back from I-270, about 5-minute delay there. Otherwise, starting to calm down throughout the Denver metro. I-25 southbound showing highway speeds through town. No complaints. I-70 eastbound to DIA. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies. Another hot one out there today with a high of 98 degrees. Overnight low of 64. Heading into the weekend with more high temperatures in the 90s. Tomorrow, high 96. The current temperature in Denver, 79 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 K.
Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back? Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cash Back Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
My turn to tell you about theartofgranite.com. The Art of Granite is the place to call for instant pricing. Well, maybe a couple minutes on your countertops. They charge wholesale for all materials, tear out and haul-aways free. Now, if you have a project small enough that can do it with some of the stone they have in their remnant yard, then you get the materials free, which is better than wholesale. Either way, you get great prices. Call them for a price. 303-386-5919, theartofgranite.com.
All right. Yeah, Mark said he had to go shake somebody down for some cash, and so he'll be back in a bit.
Okay.
Trying to get Cliff Enton, and he's not answering.
If you want to text Cliff as well, Tom, I mean, we're texting, but not getting much traction. Yeah, so he said,
let me see.
I'm calling.
Picking on Kamala is not a good move for him. I'm like, dude, just like them chicks in the Olympics, sometimes you got to, smack them to win the tournament, to win the gold. He's like, you are a dick. Yeah, I'm teasing, but shut up.
Who is Cliff for? The workman's comp guy, Mike?
Both.
Yes, I'm trying to reach Cliff. This is Kelly from the Tom Martino Troubleshooter Show.
I like what's happening in Russia here. I want to be exchanged for a prisoner. They're swapping a couple of U.S. citizens that have been held for years in Russia. They're swapping spies.
For citizens.
Yeah, well, for people that Russia's been holding, Americans that Russia's been holding, Gershkovitz and Whelan.
I'm going to amend my opinion about Teslas.
Oh. Positively or negatively?
Wouldn't you like to know? Hold on.
I did see a Plaid get to 100 miles an hour in under 8 seconds.
They're cool.
Yeah.
I just texted him again. Hold on. I passed it. Yeah, absolutely.
They're showing footage of these Americans in court in Russia. I love how they do it there with the plexiglass box that the defendants sit in. That's a good way to do it.
I know.
Like a little habit trail.
Come on, you son of a bitch bastard.
Is he like overseas time distance or? Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
We're hearing something about a time difference
that's
for
okay.
Cliff.
So Cliff
So he's-
is
Where is he?
usually our go-to person on work.
We'll keep you posted immediately here, but hang on.
And
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. And we're trying to get on an attorney to talk about both of these issues. I think it's hard to say if Sherry has a case. You know, so many people are fired for cause, and then they change the cause. She's being ghosted now. Out of curiosity, Sherry, who is the healthcare agency? Because the reason I ask, we had an issue with a healthcare agency once. I just want to know, who is it?
Well, you think I'm legally allowed to say that?
Well,
I don't know. They won't
Sherry,
talk to me.
Sherry, what do you mean legally allowed?
They're called I just don't know.
Well, no, here's what I'm saying. It's America. It's called freedom of speech.
Okay,
now, if you're lying about them, then it would be to your peril. Okay, so if you're saying that you work for them and it's the truth, give me their name.
Okay, First Premier Home Health Care.
Premier, okay.
Yes, First. It's called First Premier Health. Yeah, First Premier Home Health Care.
Okay, I want Deputy Doc to give them a call, just in general, to say about, I want him just to call to ask why they're not talking to you. And if they refer us to an attorney, Doc, get the attorney's name. And then we're going to try it. Now, Doc, so hold on, all right, Sherry, we're going to try to get a hold of you, and then for some reason, Cliff is not available. We're trying to get, where is he on? Is he out of town or what?
So Cliff is overseas.
Damn it. Okay, got it. Enough said. Okay. Who do we have for backup on that, for workers' comp? See if John Fuller knows about workers' comp, and if not, we just may have to call someone else, because I just need to figure this out on both of these issues. They're really good topics. So let's check with Fuller, and if not, we'll have to figure it out. But meanwhile, that's what we do. We rely on our experts. Now,
yes, I have some good follow-up.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was going to go to yours. So what case are we talking about?
Rhonda, yesterday.
Got it. Rhonda had a T-Mobile damaged. And this is really weird. She wanted to replace the screen, so you pay $99 deductible, and under Assurant, they send you a rebuilt phone. You send yours back. To make a long story short, they're claiming hers has not been scanned into the system, so they charged her $400 for having two phones. She said, I sent my old phone back, and it was just a cluster. And I said, Doc, she needs some help here. So what's going on, man?
So anyway, I called Rhonda after the show.
Yeah.
And she said, you know what? T-Mobile heard that Doc was on the case. They called her without my having to make a call, and they're giving her money back.
And that's T-Mobile, right?
That's correct.
Good. And you might joke about that, but the fact that you get on the radio and talk about it, they hear about it. There are
Absolutely.
People, after she was on the show, she got a refund, right? So I'm going to do this. And by the way, you don't have to do it, Shannon. I have my own. When I'm at home, I have access to my own dinger.
So,
yes, Doc?
That's the good news. The bad news is, remember Dave called about his dog?
Oh, wait. Which one was that? A year-old puppy with a microchip.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Let me give that recap for people. So what happened was, this dog had he adopted a puppy with a microchip from Dumb Friends League. Now, apparently, there were two microchips, because the information in there, he had the old owner plus him. Apparently, according to David, the old owner abandoned the dog. Okay, so he adopted the dog. It got out of the yard twice. And then when it was recovered most recently, it was taken to Riverside Shelter. They called the original owner and gave the dog to her. And now the original owner says, this is my dog. I never gave up the dog. David says, oh, no, you abandoned it. And we have a record of that, or supposedly Dumb Friends League. So what's the story?
Well, I told them to go down to the Dumb Friends League, the one on Quebec and Iliff.
Yeah, of course.
And they stonewalled him. They said, sorry, we can't help you. The chip was put in there first, so that's the one that counts. And they wouldn't show him any documentation.
Well, that's because they don't have any.
Right. They wouldn't show him any documentation that the lady relinquished the dog. So at this point, it's so sad, too bad, you can't have the dog back. So, apparently, I'm going to go down there because it's on my way home and see why they can't give him, if what they say is true, they should be able to provide a copy of the
how about this?
How
about this? How about they did not get anything where she abandoned it? So
Right.
what? So what? If that dog was lost and never returned to her rightfully, and they adopted it out, they screwed up by not scanning that original chip. Now, according to David, they did scan it. They called the owner, and the owner said they didn't want the dog. But that makes no sense to me. Why would an owner 2 years prior say, I don't want the dog, and then 2 years later say, I never abandoned the dog? I mean, I believe the original owner. It's not that I don't believe David. I think David got wrong information. There was apparently a chip in there, and that chip is an older chip with the older owner. And if I lost my dog 2 years ago, I would be upset. I mean, so what that somebody else adopted it? Now I might, if there were kids involved or something, have, maybe approach it a different way and say, okay, dog's happy, you can keep it. First of all, I don't like the idea that the dog got out twice. So what kind of dog is this? Do we know?
No, I didn't ask because I didn't think it was relevant.
It was a Pomeranian.
Oh.
A little dog. But can I please adjust your vision to line 6? We have Marco Bendinelli on for the
Okay, but I have to
comp.
take a break. I want to give him more time. Thank you for getting Marco. We can talk to Marco Bendinelli coming up. 303-713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
On the south end of town, the I-25 northbound off-ramp to I-225 is completely blocked off by a crash. We're seeing slow traffic on I-25.
You need to remind Mark to do what?
I need to sign off a little early today.
Oh, okay. Well,
9 you straight at the stop.
I can shoot him a text too.
5. Bellevue Avenue westbound,
He's
we've got
in
a
the studio.
crash at Hickory Street through the...
Mark Major?
Yes.
I thought he'd left to go collect money.
Oh, but he's going to
31 at Pinpoint West.
Theoretically, yeah.
One out there today with a high of 98 degrees. Overnight low of 64, tomorrow high 96. The current temperature in Denver is 80 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 K.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 in my garage after I overpaid for new blinds. I researched the industry, hired my mom, and 14 years later, we're one of the largest retailers of custom blinds in the U.S. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
Quiet, cool, Whole House fans, man, do I love my quiet, cool, Whole House fan. I have it in 2 homes. And I'm telling you, as soon as I put it in, I started saving on air conditioning. And I compared the two because one season I put it in one home, and then the following year I put it in another. And I have saved on air conditioning bills enough to pay for the system. Now, here's what I love. It really makes the house more comfortable, not just saving money. You have cool, comfortable air and a slight breeze. I don't mean like an annoying breeze. I mean, it's just really nice how it destratifies the air, makes it feel fresh and cool. Now, sometimes it just helps the air conditioner. At other times, it replaces the air conditioner, depending on the time of day and depending on the season. You just cut down the use of your air conditioner and make your air more healthy in your home. QC, Colorado. Man, I'm telling you, you will love this product. And here's the number, 303-800-3419. 303-800-3419, QCcolorado.com. I love talking about garage floor coatings. And Elite took some time off from the radio show for a little while. They were so busy. But now I'm proud to tell you they have openings in their schedule. These guys, they're the bomb when it comes to coatings on your garage floors or workshop floors, concrete floors, sidewalks, patios, pool decks. EliteGF.com for Elite Garage Floors. 720-939-2448. If you want a coating that's guaranteed from a company that guarantees it, that I trust, EliteGF.com, 720-939-2448.
Thank you.
The one next to it.
Oh, okay, in the middle. You're a middle.
No, there's 4.
Oh, I didn't know there's 4. Okay.
Marco, baby.
Oh, do we need paper towels?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I could
Did
use
I just
some.
reload? Yep, I did. From the men's room downstairs.
Bendinelli.
Do you want to talk to him ahead of time?
No.
Okay.
I'm happy he's
It's
on.
it's a very fun name to say.
Marco Bendinelli.
Oh, it's the best. Why is that spot a minute 8 seconds?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the log that is confusing the crap out of me lately.
Well, I just don't understand. I guess maybe it's somebody doing a live, but I don't need a minute 9 second spot when I'm trying to hit network timing here.
You know, the worst of all of it, and I know you don't work on it, but Ryan's clock is completely trashed.
Yeah.
Like, he'll have his quote unquote his opening, right? And then it'll be 9 minutes. 9 minutes?
Before his first break?
No, after his first break.
Oh.
That's a problem.
A 9-minute break?
Yeah. And then, then it'll go on for the next segment where he'll be on until, because usually it breaks at 24 and then he breaks at 35.
I've been doing pretty good, haven't I?
You've been great. Are you kidding?
But then he'll have like 7 minutes of it. It's just the whole clock is trash, and I don't know how it got like that. I remember it was kind of like that during Leland, but
You almost got to hope for bathroom trouble. I mean, what else are you going to do for 7 minutes?
I don't know. Play Freebird.
Yep. Stairway to Heaven.
It's just bizarre.
That happens.
Because
if Dave gets around to it, he'll fix it good. I mean,
Michael's clock, Martino's clock, and Dan's clock are tantamount.
Oh, making sense?
Ryan's is completely, and I think Leland's was always kind of like that for the 2 hours, but they just can't get their shit together. I don't even know.
Well, there's definitely worse things.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not. Look, I've had 3 goddamn trouble tickets in for that computer, and it's still sitting completely black after 8 months. But thank you for fixing mine. That worked.
Yeah.
Can
good.
you fix that one?
Probably, but I don't want to get involved.
Okay. Well, that helps.
Oh, let's go.
30 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Well, we're here to solve problems and answer questions, and we always talk to our experts, so I'm going to go to see what Marco has to say about either one of these. And Marco, welcome. Mi amico, como esta? Hey, listen, Marco, what on this stuff here, this workers' comp stuff? We always
they
hear.
didn't tell me. No one told me what was going on, so you have to lay it out a little bit.
Okay, good. On workers' comp, do you ever do workers' comp?
I know workers' comp very well.
Okay.
When I began my career, that's primarily what I did.
Okay.
I don't do it day to day anymore, but the statutes haven't changed. I know work comp.
Now, Marco, so with workers' comp, just a real short answer, which would for both cases, are they allowed to fire you after an injury, or when is it considered wrong to fire someone after an injury?
Well, that if they fire you improperly, that's not a workers' comp issue as much as an employment issue.
Okay.
Wrongful termination, wrongful discharge. But what happens is when someone is under restrictions, and they're getting wage loss benefits, if they terminate you, they got to continue to pay your wage loss benefits.
Okay.
Whether you're working light duty, whether you're completely off, but so the workers' compensation carrier, the insurance company, they get no benefit. In fact, they get no benefit from an employer terminating an employee while they're getting comp benefits. In fact, it's the other way around. That would inure to the benefit of the claimant from a workers' compensation perspective.
All right, here, let me give you the story now. I'll give you the actual story. Mike was working and pulling cable and injured his shoulder. Now, he went to one of their docs, and they claimed that he had reached MMI with no limitations, and that was basically a month later. He disagreed. He really felt pain and disagreed. So at the time, he asked for limited duty, and the employer said, no, you were released with no limitations at MMI, maximum medical improvement, and so you got to do the job. And he couldn't, he said, so they fired him. So, or did you quit, Mike, at that time?
How long ago did that happen?
Mike, first and foremost, did you get fired or did you quit?
It was pretty much mutual. I couldn't do the job.
Okay, got it.
Said, well, we can't keep you on the
And
board.
that was January 2022, is that right?
Correct.
And then after that, hold on, there's more to it, Marco. He sued them. And what did you sue them for? And go ahead.
I didn't sue the company. I went through the workman's comp process, got a lawyer, all of that, got IME, all of those
and
things.
what was? And did they find that you had a percentage of disability?
Yes.
Or more treatment.
Okay. So what did you get?
You want to know the injury or what I received for?
Did they say both? Did they say you had a percentage of disability?
Yes.
Okay. And what was the percentage of disability?
I believe it's 27 and 29%.
And then what did you get
the upper extremity.
What did you get in your cash settlement? 60 grand. So what are you calling about today? I wanted him to hear while you ask your question.
The very first doctor I went to denied me a procedure that was approved.
None
by
of that
the
matters, bro.
company.
You settled. So why do you keep going back? You say he denied you, but you settled. You sued and settled. Marco, I'm really sorry about this. I ran out of time here. I don't know what to do. I have these two callers. We'll call you back so you don't have to hold. And we have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Marco, are you cool with holding?
Fuck.
All right, cool. All right, we'll keep you on hold. Can you tell him he's...
Yeah, he's just going to hold. He'll be there.
right. Sort of calm.
In all, 24 prisoners released from countries including Norway, Germany, Slovenia, and Russia. President Biden thanking leaders for working together to finalize a deal. The senior administration official says despite the agreement, there is no expectation of improved U.S.-Russia relations. This is ABC News. The Department of Transportation is cracking down on airlines charging so-called junk fees that specifically target families.
For many parents, sitting on an airplane away from their young children who are sitting next to strangers is not an option. Now the Department of Transportation is proposing a new rule that would ban airlines from charging what it calls junk fees for families to sit together on a flight. Airlines cannot charge extra fees to seat a child under 13 years old next to a parent. And if there are not two open seats together, airlines would have to offer a full refund or the option to rebook for free on the next flight. Alex Stone, ABC News.
In Virginia, more than 30 people were treated for ammonia exposure at a food manufacturing facility in Loudoun County. Officials say local residents, though, were not in danger. Inhaling ammonia gas can cause short-term respiratory problems. Extended exposure can cause coughing and wheezing and impair lung functions. I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Since the moment you were born, I've made 1,000 wishes. Wishes for your future. In a world that's changing fast. For all of the things you may one day do play, and laugh. Do win and lose. Do learn from your mistakes. And challenge yourself to grow. Do not be afraid. Or make decisions based in fear. Do it all with confidence and with kindness and strength. You do call your mom and ask her for advice. And always do your best to remember that no matter what you do in this life, what matters to me is that you keep doing.
Oh my gosh.
Mom. Inspire kids to do at 4h.org.
K-How News Time, 11:03.
Several wildfires are burning along the Front Range. Two of those are in Boulder County. The Lakeshore fire started yesterday southwest of Boulder near Gross Reservoir. A building was destroyed. Sheriff Curtis Johnson says it fears the fire, which has burned 6 acres, was human-caused but accidental.
It does sound like there were individuals working on a property in that area. I don't know exactly what they were doing, but we are talking to them about how to rectify it.
All evacuations related to that fire have been lifted. One person has died in the Stone Canyon fire in Boulder County near Lyons. It's burned over 1,500 acres. The largest fire burning in Colorado is the Alexander Mountain fire, which has grown
So,
1,000 acres. Larimer County Sheriff
Yes.
can Kachina hear me?
A little, yeah.
So what was it that could not see my camera earlier?
I don't know. Did we just restart everything?
I don't know, because now we can see it.
That is so weird.
No, I switched. Resets.
Also,
Huh.
I switched the resets back to the one that I was using and not the one for the studio. So
The presets?
the studio is still not seeing your. The studio preset is still not seeing your camera. If that makes sense.
That's crazy, man.
Summer is here. Do you know what your lawn wants? Revive Organic Soil Treatment moves water and nutrients deeper into the soil. You'll see the difference. Revive takes water deep, down to the roots, to make the most of it for a lush green lawn all summer long. Use Revive. It works.
Shannon,
How may I help you? Kill the thing? What?
check.
Oh. Tom, not to pry into your business, but have you texted Mark about your travel arrangements here?
Is he back?
No.
Okay. If worst case scenario, I can end, but I mean, I was technically, I need to.
No. Just shoot him a text and say, "Hey, dummy, come back. I need you."
Yeah,
I gotta
unless
go."
he wasn't planning on it, I'm not going to make him come all the way back.
Oh, listen, if
No,
I
it's
had
not-
to leave
it's
here
not
to
worth
run
it
an
for-
errand, I'd never come back. You know that. Oh my God, I'd have my mail forwarded to a Dunkin' Donuts. Stand by.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by waterpros.net. Now, I talk about all the drinking water you can have for a triple filter reverse osmosis system at $1,400. It is the best deal you can make, and good water is good for your health. Now, for the whole house, if you want to do softened, purified water, $3,400, and it's good for your pipes, laundry, your health. Waterpros.net, 303-862-5554. You'll never find better or lower prices. Now, let's go to the phones. We were talking about workers' comp, termination, employment, all of that. I have Marco Bendinelli with me from colawfirm.com. 1-800-ATTORNEY is his number. And Marco was, we were explaining that Mike, he made a settlement with workers' comp. So he didn't like the way he was treated the first time around. We get it. He said the doctor went on vacation, wasn't paying attention, denied him some treatment, blah, blah, blah. But then the doctor declared, after coming back from vacation, that he was at maximum medical improvement. And, you know, Mike said, I just couldn't do the work. So Mike basically left the job and they let him go. I mean, which came first doesn't matter. But he said, hey, I'm not going to accept this. So he sued. When he sued, there was something wrong, apparently, because the insurance company found after his IME, independent medical examiner, that, yeah, there is somewhat of a disability, and he settled for $60,000. But I fear that now he wants to go back and he wants to take issue with a few things. And I think, Mike, that once you settle, it might be, because you settled, it might be too late. But I'm going to let you talk to Marco Bendinelli to figure that out. So what are you wanting now that you settled for $60,000?
Okay, I'm looking at 4 surgeries right now. None of this was discovered until after the settlement because my primary care wouldn't interfere in an ongoing open workman's comp case. So I was not getting any medical care up until the settlement.
Now, Mike,
when I got my own.
Mike, yes. I'm hearing you, but I want to say a few things. First of all, there's nothing preventing you from getting medical care or medical advice or medical treatments at all. Your primary care had no business. You're not asking him to interfere. That's a whole separate issue. But I know you're trying to make the excuse that you settled without knowledge and you didn't know how bad your situation really was. So, Marco, where does he stand on that? Are you trying to reopen the case, Mike?
Not necessarily. I mean, if that's possible.
Well, you're trying to get more money, aren't you? Isn't that the bottom line?
Yeah, I've lost income, quality of life, everything.
That's called reopening the case, or do you want to take a separate action against somebody? Or you don't know.
Either or.
Or you don't know, right?
Either or. I don't know. That's
so
why
Mike,
I'm seeking legal advice.
That's a good questions. So Marco, the guy's pissed off. He said, look, I didn't have enough information. I didn't think I had good treatment. I made the settlement. Now I'm sorry I did. I think someone still owes me money. Can I go after someone separately? Can I reopen the case? What would you do if he was sitting in your office, Marco?
Well, what I would say is, first of all, he must have overcame the first opinion that he was at MMI. How did he go from, look, there's nothing wrong with you, to $60,000? Because when they file that, it's called a final admission,
right,
where they put you at MMI and they give you no impairment rating, you have 30 days to contest that. So did he do that?
He must have.
Right. So, we need to know that.
But what difference does that make? He said he hired an attorney and they went after workers' comp.
Well, because that means that, so if you contest MMI, then that means you got treatment inside of the work comp system, and for $60,000 settlement, probably at least one surgery. Is that right?
I haven't had any surgeries yet.
But how did you arrive at the $60,000?
It was just, we were supposed to go to hearing. We didn't get to hearing because my lawyer wasn't prepped.
I know. See, Marco, he's blaming everybody for what he did, but you did accept the $60,000. Was that their first offer?
No.
Okay.
The offer
that's
30 up
settlement.
It went up to 50 and went up to 60.
They went from 30 to 60. So what I heard you say, you were complaining about the workers' comp doc, you were complaining about your primary care doc, and you're complaining about your attorney. Are you basically saying you were screwed?
Yeah.
Marco?
Well, there must have been some medical evidence that your lawyer had as ammunition to go from no impairment rating to we're going to pay you $60,000. So whether it was your PCP or another physician, you had to go somewhere and said, look, he's not at MMI. The guy has a, torn rotator cuff, did you have an MRI or something? He had to have something.
Yes, the workman's comp sent me to a doctor for IME. He concluded that he was pretty positive I had a tear in my shoulder at the least. He wanted a complete re-eval on my back. Then the insurance company sent me to their doctor who basically said I was a liar and a fraud, and there's nothing wrong with me.
But apparently they came up from 0 to 30, then from 30 to 60. But Marco, I must ask you, why does that make a difference in his question now? Can he reopen or go after someone?
The reason it matters is because if he got care and treatment under the comp system, then you can reopen under a worsening of condition. But if he did a full and final settlement, and inside of that settlement, he may have agreed to not reopen the case.
Okay.
So that's why I'm asking these specific questions.
Got it. So, Mike, was it a full and final settlement?
In the paperwork, it said if I wanted to reopen, I would have to repay them the $60,000 and then reopen.
I don't know if that would stand up. But, you can reopen from a worsening of a condition. I've never seen a clause like that in a settlement.
Wait. He can reopen for treatment, not for cash settlement.
Well, the reason you get a cash settlement at the end of the case is due to the impairment that you sustained. There is no non-economic damages, quality of life, stuff like that inside a comp. When they give you an impairment rating, you get paid on that, but that represents future lost treatment, future lost wages based on that impairment rating. It's not there's no non-economic component to workers' compensation. Everything is economic.
So what you're saying is they must have seen that he will need additional care, and they estimated $60,000.
Well, or gave him $60,000 to go away.
But is it possible?
I believe for them to put that inside the settlement agreement, that may be, you may be able to strike that as void against public policy.
Listen, what you need...
That's a whole different issue.
What you need, by the way, is a complete... You need a second opinion. But, Mike, I'm going to tell you something. Normally, these are full and final settlements. They don't toss $60,000 out without it, normally. And I'm not giving you legal advice. So I'm thinking you're not going to be able to reopen and go after anybody because they're going to say you settled. You're going to try to make the argument that you settled with bad advice, but it's not going to... Would that work? Marco, just for argument's sake, if it is full and final settlement, he can't go back, right? Even with a worsening condition.
It depends on the language of the settlement agreement and the current case law regarding that, because there was a case that came out and said the comp carrier can't prevent you from getting future medical treatment based on that injury.
Okay, so, even with a settlement, even with a full and final settlement.
That's correct.
Okay.
But I don't know if that case has been overturned, but I would have to look at the settlement agreement, to further analyze this thing.
So, Mike, that's where we're at, man. How long is the settlement agreement? Like 60 pages? How long is it?
Boy, I don't know. It's not near that long.
Okay. I mean, look, I would love to
probably
just...
like 3 or 4 pages.
I would like to I would like to get a review, and I don't mean a real legal review like that, but just a cursory look at it, just to see what Marco thinks. I would love it. Mike, if you want to send it to us, we can forward it to him just for the hell of it. We would like to do that, but like I said, it might be too late, man. But really what you're doing is you're saying my condition worsened, and Marco's going to see if the full and final settlement avoids that or current case law avoids that. We have more coming up. Sherry has another question I'd love Marco's opinion on, and that's Marco. When he's not here, you can reach him at 1-800-ATTORNEY. What a great number. We got more coming up.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
You know, when it comes to investing money, there are all kinds of things you can do. And the truth is, there's nothing that's all good and all bad. But what you really need is to analyze your situation. And if you're looking for part of your investment to be in something that is guaranteed never to lose money, guaranteed never to lose growth, and guaranteed to produce income, then you may want to look at a fixed indexed annuity, which Become the Banker or Joe Chiano Certified Financial Planner calls a pension for life. Look them up, mymoneymyway.com, 303-779-6600. Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney. We talk to all kinds of attorneys, and we have them on the show because they help people. And yes, people do and deserve a defense. They do need and deserve a defense no matter what it is. And he does a lot of DUIs, and that includes smoking weed now, which is rivaling alcohol even. But he can help you through the system, whether guilty, innocent, in between, it doesn't matter. He is trying to help people through the system. Joe Lazzara, I hope you never need him, but remember the name, Lazzara, 303-429-6200, free consultations, and always flat rate pricing for your case, 429-6200. QC Colorado, one of the best products I have ever purchased. That stands for the Quiet Cool Whole House Fan. And really, it works very simple. You turn it on, and it pulls air through the house, through lower levels, out through the extreme heat to the top, and out the attic. What that does is create a ventilation, convective currents. It destratifies the air. Let's just say it like this. It evens out your temperatures. Now, no matter what, that helps your air conditioner work easier because you don't have all that extreme heat on the top and the cold air dropping to the bottom. And the best part about it is it works in 3 seasons of the year, sometimes to relieve your air conditioner and at other times to replace it. No matter what, you will save money. I love it. They put it in 1 or 2 hours. It's remote controlled, and then you have a lifetime of comfort. So look them up. You will be glad you did. And that's QCColorado.com, 303-800-3419.
Yay.
He went to doctor.
Jake Sullivan, National Security Advisor.
What about him?
Who got killed?
I didn't catch that part. Kelly was just asking who was talking at the press conference about the released people.
Are they expressing regret for the terrorist being killed?
Probably.
What do you mean?
Gotcha.
Didn't we? Oh, did you hear how that guy died? It was a bomb planted in the house months earlier.
What are you talking about?
We'll explain later. Stand by.
Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. So we're going to go to Sherry now, and I'd like to get Marco Bendinelli's twist on this or a view on this because really, I don't know if she has anything going, but I'm going to lay out the scenario for you. Marco Bendinelli, attorney at law, and here it is. Sherry was working as a home health care worker for a healthcare agency, and she was sent to a home to care for 2 elderly people. Now, on a side note, I think the agency was trying to profit on her a little more than fair, but I don't see anything illegal in my opinion. Again, not your opinion, but let me explain. Medicare or Medicaid, I mean, it's Medicaid they were on, right, Sherry?
Correct.
Yeah, Medicaid, which is social services, they pay a certain amount of money for home health care, okay? And I'm not sure how much they pay, but I believe it's for 4 hours of care, I think, in a day. And but whatever it is, the way they did it, they sent her to a home where she was caring for 2 people. But what they told her to do is to be there 8 hours and to divide her time, so she gave 4 hours to the lady and 4 hours to the man. She believes so she really got paid for an 8-hour day, one day, just a normal, whatever she agreed to work for. She thinks she was underpaid because Medicaid was paying for 2 separate clients, which would have been higher than her daily rate. And I told her one doesn't have anything to do with the other, in my opinion, because she agreed to work for 8 hours, period, and whatever her employer has her do is what they have her do. And if she's working 4 hours for one client and 4 hours for another, that's up to them. Now that's what I say on first blush, but there's never a clear answer in the law, and that's not the main issue, but that's one of them. So would you think that Medicaid would look askew at that?
You know, what came to mind as you were describing that, having had some personal experience with home health care companies, and I don't want to disparage all home health care companies, but they could have, we'll include this in the realm of possibilities, have double billed Medicare. 8 hours for him, 8 hours for her. Now, what you said originally is accurate. She agreed to work 8 hours. She got paid to work 8 hours. Whatever they did with the HCFA forms or, the billing to Medicare, they may have engaged, let's say, if they engage in Medicare fraud, that has nothing to do with her contract.
Right, okay, I get it. She could turn him in if she wanted to get back at him, but in reality, it doesn't mean she gets more money.
Exactly, precisely.
Okay, now, on another issue, this is the one. She said she saved one of the clients from a fall after the client had surgery, and she hurt herself, and she was terminated. Now, they claim she was terminated because there was a ring that went missing, and they put that in a text to her. She said since she was terminated, first and foremost, they ghosted her, but she heard from the client that the ring was found. So, I don't know why they gave her a reason for termination, Marco. I thought in this state you don't have to have a reason.
Well, unless you're terminating somebody because they got hurt at work and you're trying to,
You're trying to find another reason.
Right.
So, what if she can show they found the ring, but she was fired because then it looks like she was fired because of her injury?
Yes, but when did it happen? How, listen, timing of this stuff is important. So if this happened a month ago, and we have some medical records or can get some medical records to document an injury, then she can pursue the work comp claim.
Yes, I'd have that.
And when did it happen, Sherry?
I went to the doctor, I think, on the 19th, and that was 3 days after I reported it right away.
The 19th of July?
Yeah, and they fired of June, and then they fired me the 13th of July.
Marco?
And how long had you been working there?
A year.
Okay,
Exactly.
well,
1 year.
Did you open up a work comp claim?
No, because they've ghosted me.
Well, hold on.
To do now.
Wait. You were working there almost a month after you got injured.
About 3 weeks. Yeah, after I got injured, so I told them I went to the doctor because they weren't reacting or doing anything. And she basically said, just it'll take time, whatever. But then what happened is I kept having these strange symptoms from.
So they never put in a workers' comp claim.
No.
Marco, what happens?
But the injured worker can, and this is so recent, depending on the medical records, that we could potentially open a comp claim. Now, I see again the employment aspect. Wrongful termination. Is usually really connected to workers' comp. However, it is two separate areas of practice of law. However, if you open up the work comp claim and you go through the work comp system and you get some medical treatment, then that gives legitimacy or a little bit of steam to the wrongful termination case.
Gotcha.
Okay. So then what my doctor told me to do was go to an emergency room. Because I'm draining spinal fluid is coming out my nose because of the head injury. And so she wants me to go to the emergency room, but I got afraid because I thought, what if I'm not covered?
You need to do a notice of claim right away.
Right away.
Okay.
How does she do that?
You can call down the Division of Workers' Compensation, and they'll tell you whether that employer has workers' compensation insurance. If they don't, there's a penalty for them.
All right. Division of Workers' Compensation.
And find out if First Premier Home Health Care has workers' compensation. Now, if they do have workers' compensation, what does she do?
She turns in the claim. She fills out a claim form. And then within 30 days, they either have to file a general admission of liability or a notice of contest. However, this is why people need a work comp lawyer. When they get injured at work, I can't tell you how many times I see people try to walk through this stuff themselves. And, and they become just as confused as the caller. And I don't know her name. But,
Sherry.
Unsure what to do, unsure what the statutes say, unsure of any of their remedies,
Now, what if they do not have workers' comp? Does she still fill out a notice?
Well, yeah, she would have to do that. That's usually how it's determined whether the employer is insured.
Now, does she submit it to the employer and the state or the insurance company or where?
The Division of Insurance, the Division of Workers' Compensation Insurance, downtown Denver.
And then they will investigate it.
They will investigate it. They are a neutral. They administrate this stuff, but they don't have a dog in the fight. And so what they do is notify the employer of the claim form. And there may be, and I have to look at statute, maybe you send them a copy, but the Division of Workers' Compensation gives teeth to the statute. They hold the employer's feet to the fire and, and have a process that you can engage.
This is really good information, Sherry, and he also gave good information to Mike. So do you know what to do from here on? And call us back if you need help, okay?
I will definitely do that. I appreciate everything. Thank you so much.
You could call my office.
Yes, I'm going to give the number out, 1-800-ATTORNEY for Marco.
Yeah,
just tell him you were on the show.
And then we have a local number as well.
Okay, what is your local number, Marco?
303-940-9900.
Oh, that's a good one. All right. Thank you so much, Marco. We appreciate it. 303-940-9900, colawfirm.com. And Marco, do you do workers' comp in addition to your other personal injury work and stuff? Did he hang up? I'm sorry. He might have hung up. But I think he probably knows enough about it that you can call him. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Very nice. Thank you. Sorry.
Thanks, no problem.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios.
Put down his local.
Trajan Wealth, your trust.
Yeah, I got it.
TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com.
A couple busy spots throughout the Denver Metro as we close out this Thursday morning. I-25 northbound into downtown, showing speeds in the 30s and 40s between Alameda and Colfax. Northwest of there, I-70 eastbound, we've got road work blocking 2 left lanes between Federal and Pecos, with stopped up traffic back from Lowell Boulevard, seeing about a 15-minute delay there. Otherwise, pretty calm drive throughout town. Some normal slowdowns, I-270.
Just as we were going to break, we got 2 other calls asking for his number. That's good.
Partly cloudy skies, high of 98 this afternoon. Nice and hot out there, overnight low of 64. Isolated thunderstorms tomorrow with a high of 96. The current temperature in Denver is 85 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Are you ready for a new job? Express Employment Professionals helps tens of thousands of people find jobs every year and never charges a fee. Find your next job with Express Employment. Go to expresspros.com to find your location. That's expresspros.com.
You know, when you have a property catastrophe of a fire, a flood, a broken pipe, asbestos, black mold, anything that goes wrong, I know you hear me every day, and I talk about American Restoration, or if you're just tuning in and you hear it, write the name down. Now, I'm hoping you don't need to use them, but it's the worst feeling in the world to scramble and to do Google searches when you need someone, because you're not always going to find the best company. In fact, most companies in the restoration space suck. A lot of them are nothing more than glorified carpet cleaners who call themselves restoration companies. You need way more than someone to suck out some water. You need someone who's going to stop the mold. You need somebody who's going to stop the poisons, somebody who's going to help mitigate the damages and help you rebuild the right way, because your insurance only pays once. So I want you to call American Restoration 24/7, 8337 AMREST, 8337 AMREST.
Yeah, let me have Kelly talk to you real quick on the
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So who was the terrorist they blew up at home?
Well, they blew up one from Hezbollah and they blew up one from Hamas.
Who did this, Biden?
No,
Israel.
Israelis.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, no kidding. Don't mess with them.
Did they do that recently?
In Iranian house.
They do that recently?
So here's the deal. The head of Hamas military, was it Hamas military? How Ismail Hamali was killed by a bomb placed months ago. So this guy died like 2 days ago.
They placed it months ago?
In an Iranian safe house that this guy was visiting.
But they waited for him to be there.
They waited for somebody to be there. It was an Iranian guest house owned by the Iranian government for dignitaries who were visiting. Someone placed a remote control bomb in the bedroom.
God.
And
so they were laying in wait for maybe months.
Oh, at least, absolutely. And maybe not entirely knowing who would ever visit there. And it turns out it's this guy. They confirm he's in the room. They call the number, and the bomb blows up and kills the guy and his bodyguard.
So you have a tax question.
Kills a guy from Gaza or whatever, or Qatar, these people that are heading the military operation for Hamas and Hezbollah. This guy's visiting the new president in Iran, staying at this guest house. They blow up the bedroom in the guest house with a pre-planted bomb. That is some next level stuff. Right, well, I don't know if SEAL is kosher, but it's whatever, Team 6 out of the IDF. Exactly. That is it the Mujahideen? Is that what they call that? Or no, that's...
No, Mujahideen is
the... Iranian deal.
Yeah, the Iranian secret.
The Mossad. It's Mossad. It's the Israeli CIA, right? Mossad.
Yes.
Yeah, because there was a lot of talk
about it. It's their secret police, you mean?
Right. Yeah.
It's their CIA. Or no, where is it? Maybe
it's
not.
The military.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah. Iron Dome and all that. Well,
which is like badass.
But that's something, man. Because there was a lot of talk about it. Well, how did how did it blow up? Was there a missile? Because it would have crossed different airspace. It would have, did it come from an airplane or a drone or a, nope. Shoebox full of C4 in the bedroom. Night, night. Golly.
It was C4. They can't get C4 over there.
I don't know.
They don't fertilize crap.
It's Iran. I don't know how they got it in there. But that is... Boy, if you don't think that a lot of governments... What?
I win.
Okay, yes, you do. If you don't think that a lot of governments are going through properties that they own right now with a bomb-sniffing dog, oh my gosh. Everybody's checking their safe houses today. It's like checking every freaking Airbnb for a camera in the bathroom. Good luck.
Well, that happens a lot.
I don't mind.
You wouldn't. You live half your life naked in a van.
Nailed it. Here we go.
630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Okay, we have had some really good topics, and we'll continue to do so. Let's talk to Kim. Kim, what's happening with you? Hi, Kim. Kim? People? Hello?
Should be there.
Kim? All right. Can you put her on hold then? I'm just see where she is. I'll go to Sandra. Or Sandra. Sandra?
I'm Sandra.
Hey.
I'm Sandra.
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey. Well, I was listening to the program, and I noticed you guys were talking about workman's comp stuff.
Yes.
Well, I have a question. When a person settles a workman's comp case, and in that settlement is included $1,000 a month for the rest of your life, in filing taxes, federally I don't have to claim that money.
Right.
But why do I have to do it on state? Or is it state? Is that considered extra income for state?
Was this in Colorado?
In Colorado, yes.
Okay. Now, normally, awards for damages or for loss of something, it's not required. It's not income. Even for accidents and stuff like that, for pain and suffering and all of that. So do you know what exactly, you said $1,000 was set aside as what? Like how does it read to the best of, do you have it in front of you? Like just that area?
No, I don't have it in front of me.
Now, was this this was a workers' comp claim, right?
Yes. It was a workers' comp claim.
And it's part of is it part of your settlement?
Yes, it's part of the settlement. What they did, because I'll be disabled for the rest of my life, and I have to have continued...
No, then it's not.
treatment.
Okay, I can tell you with a certain amount of certainty that it's not going to be taxable. Why did you think it was taxable on the state level?
Well, because that's what I've been told. I'm told that I have to file my taxes, but then when I go down there, they tell me I don't have to, so I can't find anybody that can really give me the answer whether I do or not.
Okay. I'm looking it up as far as my past calls, because I know we've had it. Okay. Disability settlements are not taxed as income. That includes
so
medical expenses, disability expenses, and even lost wages. And it also includes benefits for wrongful death. If you, however, if you've been negotiating this, and this is you need to know this. If you were negotiating this for a while, and then they made you a final payment, a lump sum, and that lump sum had interest added to it because it was, let's say, awarded, and then they were negotiating, that interest would be taxable. But that's not what's happening in your case.
Right. What they did was they set up a Medicare set-aside for the expenses of my continued medical treatment.
Right, that's right, dear.
And then they send me $1,000
right
to my bank.
Right. And it is not taxable. It is part of
my goodness.
It's part of your disability settlement, right?
Right.
Here's a summary of the law. In Colorado, workers' compensation settlements for disability are generally not taxed as income on either the federal or state level. However, they say generally because if they have interest, that interest could be taxed. So you can find it all over the place on the internet too. But who told you it was taxable? That's what I want to know.
Well, every year for tax season, they're telling me I have to file taxes, and I'm counting on my
okay,
dog
maybe you do have to file, but you don't have to pay.
Do I have to? So do I have to let them know that I'm getting the $1,000?
That part I don't know. I actually don't know that part. But we can ask our tax preparer. Why don't you hold on? We'll get an answer for you. Okay. Let's try to get someone on, Kachina from Atlas CPAs and Accountants. Now, Kim's got an issue with Enterprise. We're going to go to her, and then Deputy Chopper has some follow-ups right after this.
Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
A couple busy spots throughout the Denver Metro as we close out this Thursday morning. I-25 northbound into downtown showing speeds in the 30s and 40s between Alameda and Colfax. Northwest of there, I-70 eastbound, we've got road work blocking 2 left lanes between Federal and Pecos. We stopped up traffic back from Lowell Boulevard, seeing about a 15-minute delay there. Otherwise, pretty calm drive throughout town. Some normal slowdowns I-270 westbound through Commerce City between Northfield and Vasquez. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies, high of 98 this afternoon. Nice and hot out there, overnight low of 64. Isolated thunderstorms tomorrow with a high of 96. The current temperature in Denver is 85 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Don't miss up to 70% off select major appliances at the Lowe's closeout event. But hurry, these deals are too good to last because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/7 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
One of the best law practices I know of for estate planning, for the way they do it, is Keel and Park. Now, there are common spellings with E on the ends, Keel and Park. Now, why I like their system, why do I like their system, I should say? Well, they will go over your entire estate free of charge, complimentary. They'll go over what you own, where you're invested, what you're collected, your businesses, your heirs, your wishes, your desires. They'll go over all of that. They'll come up with a plan, and all of that's complimentary. Then, if you decide to move forward, it's on a flat rate basis. You can do all or some of that plan. LawKP.com. That's Keel and Park. What a great way to do business. You know the cost right up front, flat rate. Won't change. LawKP.com. 970-818-8198. Zero Res Denver. And I say Zero Res, and I mean it. I have him in my home. The first time I had him, I noticed all this crap coming out of my carpet. And they said, you know what, Tom? That's from previous cleanings. Look at all the suds and soap. Yeah. And then all the pathogens and all the allergens. When my carpets were done, they just didn't look good. They felt great. And the air, it just smelled better. They don't use a lot of moisture. It dries cleaner, stays clean longer, and dries faster. I mean, here's the deal. Zero Res is better for your carpets, better for your health, better for the air quality in your home. I will have nothing but zero res in my home, and I recommend that to you if you care about your health and cleanliness. 303-471-5150. You're just not going to do better. I can talk about their specials all day long. $109, 3 rooms, and duct cleaning, $75 off. They do tile and grout and other things, but I want to talk to you about getting it for your health and happiness. ZeroResDenver.com. All right, the Art of Granite, they're going to get you countertop prices right now on the phone. Call them. Now, if you have a small enough countertop or island or small counter, you can get the remnants they have. They're not seconds, they're remnants. They're smaller pieces, and you get them free. All material free. You just pay for the fabrication and installation. Tear out and haul away is always free. And even if you pay for the countertop materials, they're wholesale. Get your price right now, theartofgranite.com. It's the first call you make when you want countertops, and discuss the price on the phone. 303-386-5919. 386-5919.
Fabulous.
Thanks, man.
Well, we
3.5.
Question
Thank you.
about somebody that's been on disability and she's confused about filing federal.
You know what I just realized? I don't have my morons on. I'm not tuned in. I thought I was tuned in. I thought, wow, why am I not hearing from them? It's because I don't have the jerks on here. Now I have them on. Come on, morons. Excuse me. Hold on.
Speaking of which, when are you thinking about leaving?
Oh, when I say minutes, I meant literally minutes. I was just going to go a few minutes before 2, but I don't have to. I mean, I have a Zoom with the state on at 2, right at 2. But if I get off at 58 and just hop cameras over, it's not going to be the end of the world.
It's on your camera, so I can stop the stream
That
early.
looks like a funeral home. Tom was just thinking about maybe 20, 30 minutes early.
I lost all my eyesight.
Eric Reinemer's on. That's good.
Yep.
We had a question from the other day. I'm trying to figure out what it was. I can't remember it now.
It's the woman that is filing disability.
No, that's today. But what was the other day? Didn't we have another question we had the other day or not? I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
Wait, hold on. Give me a sec.
I thought I had
Give
some.
you a sec. You've already.
I thought I had something about taxes, but maybe not.
No, that was last week. It was the woman who did not file taxes, and she was wondering about if she was going to get penalized.
Okay, we never got him on for that,
She didn't owe
right?
anything, but she didn't actually owe anything. She
Okay,
was
I'm gonna
actually
ask him that.
Owed by the state.
I'll ask him. Good. Okay.
That was Mary.
We were also going to ask him, if you don't like where your tax money is going, is it okay to not pay?
Not necessarily the most brilliant idea, Shan. Not that you file taxes anyway, because you don't have any property tax. You don't have any, everything is taken out of your W.
I pay a lot at Walmart. So many taxes.
Well, that's true. Sales tax and gas tax and
Every time I buy
delivery tax and
pallet of ammo.
By the way,
What?
Amazon is they just raised the delivery tax again.
Oh.
I mean, I'm over it.
I just ordered a thing this morning, and I hardly ever. Why?
Yeah, but you're not in a residence, so it doesn't
No.
apply to you.
So I have it going to a Whole Foods for my pickup. Love that. Oh, God, here we go.
And TJ, and start listening. 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Let's talk about this real quick here. And I thought I had the answer, and I just want to double check. Eric Reinemer, AtlasFirms.com, Atlas CPAs and Financial Advisors. And I'll give that number out for people that want to get some help with their small business or taxes or that kind of stuff. Hey, Eric, disability, workers' comp disability, and a monthly payment for the rest of her life because she has impairments. I'm reading where it's not taxable on state or federal levels. Is that correct?
That's generally not the case unless it is something that was paid via the employee. That's from the employer.
Right. So what you're saying is the settlement is not taxable.
Generally, that's so. It's a settlement. Like, is it just a lump sum or it's a lifetime?
No, there's both. There's both. She got a lump sum, and then they're giving her $1,000 a month, but it has to do with her impairment rating.
And is it to do with her from her work, or is it unrelated to work?
No, it's because of the workers' comp, right, Sandra?
Yes. Yeah.
Sandra, is she still there? Okay, whether she's there or not, she's probably listening. But that's what I read in the code that you don't. But then she had a question: do you still have to file?
No. If that's her only income, she would not need to file because you only file if you've got over $13,000 of taxable income anyway.
Okay, and the other thing, Eric, they said if the settlement was being negotiated and went retroactive and they paid her interest for the time she wasn't receiving it, that interest would be taxable.
That's true. Although my guess is its amount might not be over $13,000. So it depends on what the amount is, and what ultimately will determine that. If there was interest in there, she'll get a 1099 at the end of the year that'll dictate what she might have to report on the interest.
Okay. Now, Eric, another thing. A woman called last week and said she hadn't filed in years. She doesn't owe anything. She wants to know what will happen if she tries to file.
All that will happen is she shows up on the radar screen as filing a return. We have plenty of people we find who haven't filed in years because they didn't need to, but they had a triggering event. She should just go ahead and file. There's no way to get around it. And if she gets an inquiry asking about prior returns, she simply says, I didn't have prior taxable income to report.
And so she should just start from now, or should she go back to those prior years?
No. Just leave the past alone and just start now with the year that she has reportable income. No worries.
So when you don't have reportable income, you don't have to file.
Yeah, there's millions of people that don't file tax returns because they don't need to, because they're under the threshold.
Okay, got it. Thank you. That's Eric Reinemer, atlasfirms.com, 303-799-9111. Kim, I'm going to take you with Enterprise. Deputy Chopper has some follow-ups. Rick, you want to talk about Richmond American Homes, all of that coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Get your calls in, 303-MARTINO.
That was awesome.
Okay, no problem. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Oh, my God.
I see what I did. That was stupid. Huh, I screwed up.
You screwed up? No, can't impossible.
Yeah, it happens. A little. I mean, listen,
right
not
now, my
bad.
life would be complete.
Kelly screwed up? She
No.
wants the pickle? She always wants the pickle.
She likes the bumpy pickle.
Dirty little girl.
Oh, my God.
Pickle?
Oh,
Hour
my
of the show
God.
is
Did
a
you
great
just say
cluster
that?
cup.
The bumpy pickle? What?
I might actually walk to go get it.
To get what, a pickle?
Yeah.
You got to work off that pickle before you get it?
Well, I don't have a car, so.
Oh, ditto. But I'm going to go get one right now.
Well,
I was thinking
the
about
horrible
getting...
part about being on unemployment and having two cars is that you don't actually need two cars until the winter. So we
Okay.
took all the insurance off of the other car.
Seems like a lot to worry about.
Yeah. Hence the reason for my pickle.
The reason for the squeeze.
This is a special report from ABC News, Americans Freed from Russia. I'm Michelle Franzen. A historic prisoner swap
Oh, that's horrible. He stepped out of bounds. That's a 3 deduction.
So you're obviously not going to boycott the Olympics because they let a guy beat up a girl.
Well, I'm not going to boycott the Olympics, but I'm not going to watch the goddamn event.
All right.
Americans boarding a plane earlier in Turkey and heading back to the U.S. to be reunited with families. This is ABC News.
Oh, Turkey's like actually playing a thing in this. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever. They still suck.
Wednesday's news that 9/11 mastermind Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and 2 co-conspirators reached a plea agreement sparing him a trial and possible death penalty. Hit terrorist Estrada, she says, like a gut punch.
Yep. This is the most heinous decision I've ever heard in my life.
What are you talking about, sister? What are you talking about?
KSM was let off without the death penalty.
Is that the guy, the terrorist?
Yeah, from 9/11, who blew up 3,000 people, basically. Still residing in Guantanamo. I'm surprised they haven't even moved him to the Ritz-Carlton. I hate this administration with the fire and ferocity of 1,000 suns.
Okay. Did you rally your squad there, Kelly?
Huh?
Did you rally your squad?
For what?
I don't know. For whatever the hell that PSA was.
Oh my God. If I listened to every damn ad that was played on this show, including all the other shows, I would have killed myself a long time ago.
Hey, did you see that interview with Trump and those black journalists yesterday?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yes.
Tell me how good it was.
First of all,
Terrible for him.
Did one of them? Did he like really give one of them the business for
Yeah,
being?
you're a very nasty person. You asked me a question
Yeah.
and you didn't even say hi, hello.
Plus, you
how
were
are
late.
you? Yeah.
well, I mean, first of all, Dragon,
What?
after answering phones, have you ever heard me answer this phone and ever not say, hello, thank you so much for calling the Tom Martino Show. How can I help you? That's courtesy.
You're always terrible.
And then they start cussing me out, and then I'm very nice.
And you're like, Adam, God damn it.
That's true. Sometimes that happens.
Where am I?
I thought Trump was Trump. Period.
What do you mean?
And I think people should
He
stop.
didn't help himself.
I think people should stop trying to turn him into something he's not.
What do you think he did right or wrong?
He's not a politician. And people are demanding that he immediately turn because he got shot in the ear to become a politician. And that's just not how he is.
He spoke too much. Trump good, Trump good, Trump good, Trump good. Now I'm saying something completely idiotic, and that's all the soundbite is going to be. Which is what Trump does all the damn time.
Did he say, if you vote this
ain't
time,
black.
you'll never have to vote again?
Oh, God.
Do you
No,
remember
he
that one
didn't.
time?
That was a joke.
Do you remember that one time from the podium? He said something about blacks like him. He says, where's my Negro?
No.
Oh, look it up. And then he pointed, there he is. He pointed to the audience because he had one black guy in attendance, I think. Where's my Negro? Or something like that. I'm not remembering exactly. Oh, wait. You look it up. You wait.
10 seconds.
For the trial of former Mesa County Clerk Tina Peters has begun. We'll have a report from the courtroom and my roadmap, how President Trump can defeat Kamala Harris easily and by a very wide margin. Join me at 4.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. One of the finest real estate brokers you can find to buy or sell property. He'll do a free market analysis of your home, a complimentary market analysis taking into consideration all of the factors to see what you'll sell your home for in your neighborhood, comps like yours, and then what you can net after the transaction and what it looks like for you to have money to invest in another home and what you can buy. If you want that analysis, no obligation whatsoever. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Now listen, I know Chopper's on with a follow-up, but I got to go to Kim's been waiting. Kim, what's happening with you? Hello, Kim.
Hi, thanks for taking my call.
What's going on, Kim?
I just wanted to ask you. So long story short, but I had a rental car from Enterprise Rent-A-Car in Aurora on Havana Street, and I had it for a few weeks as I was getting my car repaired. And there was a hailstorm in Denver. As soon as we heard the hail, I rushed out and I put comforters on top of this rental car. It was a Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
And didn't see any damage, returned the car, and they put these striped white and black screens on top of the car, so you couldn't actually see I never saw any damage, but when they put these striped screens on the car, on top of it, you look at the stripes.
Why did they do that? Why did they suspect it had been in hail? Why did they even do that?
Well, they did it to. I don't know if they did it to all the cars. They certainly did it to my car, the car that I was returning. There was a hailstorm, but again. No,
I get it, but you never mentioned the hailstorm because you thought you had protected it.
No. It must have been routine,
Okay, so after they did that. Did they say, hey, Kim, this has hail damage?
Yeah, they did. They said you'll be, charged for it. We'll send it to your insurance.
Right.
But they did it based on seeing these little changes in the stripes, not actually
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what is your question? What is your question?
So I got a bill for just short of $5,000.
Yeah, but you should have put it in your insurance. You're covered. If your car's covered, then your rental will be covered.
Yeah, so I did not have collision, and so my
No, you don't need collision. You need comprehensive only.
I don't think I had comprehensive then.
What year is your car? The car you have.
The car that I had was it was I think 3 or 4 years old.
Are you sure you don't have comprehensive insurance? Are you positive you only have liability?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Oh my!
I'm a pretty safe driver. Yeah.
I understand. But comprehensive is for fire and hail and theft and all of that. or if a tree falls on your car, it's not a collision coverage. It's separate. It's called comprehensive. And usually everyone has that. Usually.
Yeah. So I don't have it, and I guess the issue is that like I'm being sent this bill for just short of $5,000.
You know you're responsible for it, right?
Well, this is what I'm asking.
Okay, go ahead.
You know, the damage recovery unit sent me this bill, and to me it's really excessive. It's got, you know, $150 for administrative fees. It's got $425 for diminishment of value, and you know all these.
Now hold on. You might. How old is the car you were renting?
It was pretty new.
Okay. You probably
I don't know.
okay.
I don't know.
You definitely have to pay for the repair, and then they can charge you for what's called lack of use. Have you heard?
They didn't do that.
Wow, you're lucky.
I mean,
do you know what that
they charged
means?
me $5,000.
In other words, here's what I mean. If it takes 6 weeks to fix the damn thing, they could charge you with what they would make in rentals for 6 weeks. Are you disputing there was hail damage? Because I mean, here's the deal. You mentioned the netting for a reason. Did you see damage when they did that?
When I could see little changes in the stripes. Yes, I could.
Okay.
But you can't really see. You know, when you're looking at the top of the car, you can't really see anything. But you can see the little changes in the stripes.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they do. I'm looking at the ones you're talking about here. This screen. I never knew they had that. Actually, this is the first I'm hearing about that, where they put that down.
Yeah.
Man, this is too bad. So, did you? I'm telling you the facts, the truth, and then I don't know the practicality of it. I don't know if they're going to come after you for it. But technically, you're responsible for that car. Now, had you not had insurance on your own car, and you didn't, you should have taken out their daily insurance. Did they offer that to you?
So, you know, interestingly enough, I had called, we had called our insurance company prior to this because, you know, to see if it would be covered, and they said yes, but...
Wait a minute. You called your insurance company, and you said, I'm going to be renting a car, and I want to know if it's covered.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it is.
My husband did, yeah.
It is covered for liability because you have liability. If you had collision, it would be covered for collision. If you have comprehensive, it'll be covered for comprehensive. It will not be covered for any coverage you don't have. So that's the confusion.
I mean, I'll call them back, you know, but... And maybe it was
Kim, are you absolutely positive you don't have comprehensive? You're absolutely positive.
Yes. Yeah, that's what my husband told me.
Oh, no. So you must have a pretty old car then that that you do only liability?
It's not worth a ton, no.
Okay.
No.
Okay. And that's why you didn't have the comprehensive insurance, because you figured, I don't want to pay for that coverage, right?
Yeah.
Doggone it. I wish I had better news for you, Kim. Do you think, here's the deal. It's a bill, right? They have insurance that will fix it, just so you know. But they're going to come after you for it. I don't know how hard they're going to come after. I don't know. I mean, they are.
And I'm like, to be honest with you, I just want to negotiate. You know, like it just seems excessively high. I mean, $5,000 for something, and so and then they have administrative fees, and then
it's too soon to negotiate.
But
you should Tell them you can't afford it. Tell them the reason you didn't carry comp insurance is you couldn't afford it, and that you can't afford that. What can you afford, Kim? They're not listening now. What can you afford? Seriously, if they made you an offer, if you want to negotiate, they only negotiate if you have a lump sum, like a credit card or something. Do you have anything? Oh, by the way, did they attempt to make a charge on your credit card?
No, I don't think so. I think it's right now. I think they might be trying to bill our insurance or sending it to our insurance. I'm not sure, but I did call the insurance, and they said it wasn't covered.
Okay. Do you have a credit card that you paid with?
Yes.
That pays for this sometimes. What kind of credit card do you have?
It's a Costco, Citibank.
Okay. You ought to call them or look online, because sometimes you get automatic insurance with your credit card. Did you know? Did you know that?
I did, but you know what? I hadn't thought about that.
It might.
So I'll call them. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope so. I'm just putting this in. Does Costco Citibank card cover rental car damages? I want to see what it says here. Let's see. Because a lot of them have it built in. It says here that, yes, if you have the Costco Anywhere Visa by Citibank, it usually covers your rental car damages. Do you know if it's, and you use that to pay for it, right?
Well, so the other part of the story is that it was, so my car was run into by this other woman, and so her insurance was paying for my car to be fixed.
Okay.
Which took about 3 weeks, and that's why I rented this other car. So this
but did you put that other car on your Costco Visa?
Well, they asked for a visa, but I didn't have to pay anything.
No, I get it, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Did you give them that visa?
Yeah, I did.
I think it covers you.
Oh, thank goodness.
I think it does. It says the rental... wait. Only if the rental period was less than 31 consecutive days, was it?
I would have to check. I think so.
Okay, listen. I want you to call Citibank or Costco and ask about it, okay? Thank goodness you use that card, even though you don't have to pay for it. Now, it could be that because the other party supplied that car to you, they could be responsible for it. I want to ask our Compass Insurance people about that part. So if you hang on for that, I'm going to take some other calls, but I want to find out if maybe because they had to cover that rental car, maybe they're responsible somehow. I don't know. We'll ask. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-8255.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Of all the deals I talk about on my show, all of them, this is the best. EuroPlumbingColorado.net. Water heaters. Well, I'll tell you, maybe Water Pros comes close with their water softening systems and their water purification, but when it comes to water heaters, you're never going to do better than EuroPlumbingColorado.net. You can get a 40-gallon tank fully installed, the old one taken away and hauled away, for $13.99. A 50-gallon tank, $14.99. And they say no matter what size you want, they're going to beat any price. That's water heaters, lowest prices, and great quality. EuroPlumbingColorado.net. 303-668-6844. Hey, you want the best when it comes to representation in real estate? You want Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Let me explain what Frank does. He helps you list your home and sell it, or he helps you find homes if you're looking to buy. On either side of the transaction, he's a negotiation expert, certified negotiation expert. He can also do this. He can also tell you what he will sell your house for with no obligation, based on his 30 years of experience. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. He sells for more money and faster than anyone, and he has stats to prove it. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
Kelly has to pee, everyone. Just want to make sure everybody knows. Kelly has to pee.
Literally crossing my legs.
Those are the fun ones. When you feel it in your kidneys and you're like, oh, this is not good.
It's going well. How are you, Jeremy? Okay, so let me catch you up. Kim is our caller. She got in a car accident and had to go out of pocket on her rental car, which supposedly got damaged, and she now has a $5,000 bill that was basically put her in arrears because she rented it from Enterprise out of pocket, and they're charging damage on that. So that's kind of catching you up. I may be wrong though.
I can explain it, Kelly. I'll just explain it. It's real simple.
Okay. Yeah, Tom will catch you up. You know how the drill is. But anyway, thanks for taking the call. Okay, hold on.
But no. That's not what I copied. What? No.
Well, here's the deal. Shannon couldn't pull anything off of Sia this morning, so I think he actually backed everything up. You know how we do that to the
yes,
that file?
He has
yeah.
For replay.
Yep. See, I love it. You're kind of like my husband. You can just decipher what I'm trying to say without me actually saying it because
you've rubbed off on us, and now we speak Kelly.
Yeah, seriously.
A year ago, we'd have no clue as to what the hell you were saying.
I have been known in the past to send texts to my husband like, we need the things from that place.
Yep.
And he'll be like, just give me a little bit more. I'm almost there. Okay. All right, Jeremy's on. Good. All lines are full.
It's pee-pee time for Kelly. Alright, is that saving that it's taking its sweet ass time? This, copy that. Nah, gay. I'm so stupid.
Here's the deal. Zero res.
Delete that. Martino, so we do need the show.
Got more.
Marker there. 10 seconds.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Somebody texted me and said that Enterprise did that once to them, and there was no damage. I don't think they'd have a vested interest in wanting to do that. And then, of course, on that rental car coverage, I found out that that credit card coverage, that you have to pay for the rental, not just put it down as collateral, but all expenses must be paid by the card for the card to kick in for damages. But I want to ask Jeremy Curzio from Compass Insurance Group another question relating to this. Jeremy, Kim is looking for a way to get coverage on that car. She claims she does not have comprehensive on her own car, which was in the shop. So her rental car was damaged by hail.
Okay.
So they're saying you're responsible for the hail, and she is. And she doesn't have that coverage on her own car, so it doesn't extend to the rental car. And even though she used her Visa card to pay for the rent, as collateral for the rental, the actual charges were paid by the other person's insurance company, so therefore, she's not covered by her credit card. But I want to ask you this. By some wild connection, is it possible that because that car was provided by the other insurance company, that they would be responsible for that damage, since they were the actual renter?
I don't think so. I mean, it's worth her exploring, because why not? But I would think not. I think they're providing the car for her, but I still think she would be responsible for any of the damage. She certainly can try to go down that road.
I'm just wondering if that insurance company would be on the hook for renting that car to her along with the daily insurance.
I feel like they're paying for it, but I still feel like she has the agreement with the rental car company.
I get it.
You know,
I'm just trying to find
I think
something.
that's gonna be hard. Oh, I get it. Yeah,
a really good tip here. A really good tip here is, if you're renting a car, you better make sure you have the coverage on that car, because even though it's not your fault, you're responsible for it. Right? Basically.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I would say, you know, if the other party's at fault and they're paying for a rental car, make sure if you're not covered, or even if you are, I'd have them pay for the insurance.
Right. In other words, when you go to rent a car, rent the insurance too. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, especially if they're paying for it, because even if you have we've talked about this before, but even if you had comp and collision, your policy is not going to pay for the loss of use.
Exactly.
So
and they haven't even mentioned that yet. They haven't even mentioned that yet, which I hope they don't. So Kim, I don't know. You may want to ask if that other insurance company hasn't I don't know.
Can I ask you, is there any way to negotiate the cost?
There's always, everything's negotiable, but that doesn't sound like a lot of money for a full car worth of hail damage. See, a lot of people think whether it's severe hail damage or minor, it takes a different level of repair. The only time it takes a different level of repair is when the paint's damaged. If you had no paint damage, then all of the damage, whether it's a small ding or a big ding, is going to take almost the same amount of labor.
Yeah. No, there was no paint damage, so...
The only other thing you could do, you could ask them this. How long ago was this, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
How long ago?
This was in, let's see, I returned it in early June.
Oh, so they already repaired it then?
I mean, if they did.
Yeah, they did.
Again, if you can't see it, I don't know if there's incentive to repair it.
Although,
if you can't visually see it, right?
I don't know if they did or not, but even if they didn't, there is a damage. There is a damage you owe them. I don't think you can make the argument you don't owe it because they didn't spend it. The diminished value, you could argue, but that's only, what, 400 or 500?
Mm-hmm.
And what else was administrative charges?
And administrative fees, $150 for administrative fees.
You never agreed to that. I would dispute those extra charges, but the actual repair you're going to have to pay for. I mean, really.
Okay.
I mean, people. What can we say? I was going to say if it hadn't been repaired, you could have had an estimate done on it, and maybe ask them if you could have it done. But I think it's too late. By the way, the Insurance Help Center is at Compass Insurance. If you want quotes on insurance or see if they can, it's called the insurance checkup to see if you're paying too much or not enough. And I'm going to tell you, they're very honest. If they can't save you money, they'll tell you. They're not going to lie to you about it. So you'll always benefit by at least checking with them. 303-996-9000.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
New slowdowns through the downtown area. I-25 northbound before 6th Avenue. A crash has stop-and-go traffic back from Downing Street, seeing a 5-minute delay for our downtown drivers. Northwest of there, I-70 eastbound. Roadwork blocking 2 left lanes between Federal and Pecos has slow driving back from Lowell Boulevard. We're seeing a 15-minute delay there. Some good news on the south end of town. The I-25 northbound off-ramp to northbound I-225 has been reopened after a crash had several lanes blocked on that connector ramp. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies, high 98 today, nice and warm out there. Overnight low of 64. Tomorrow high 96. The current temperature in Denver is 88 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
If you want a quote on countertops, you can call the Art of Granite. No one gives prices on the phone like the Art of Granite. And the reason Mitch Floria at the Art of Granite does it is because he's proud of his value. He tears out and hauls away free. And he usually does the bathroom vanity free when you have the kitchen done, but he'll also do something else. He'll throw in remnants free of charge if you can get the job done from his remnant yard. Now, even if you don't go to the remnant yard, you get wholesale on all materials. Check him out, theartofgranite.com, 303-386-5919.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show. I'm sorry? Oh, now I can hear you. Yes. What's your name? Oh, yeah, that Richmond American? Okay, I gotcha. Oh, that's okay. Yeah. All right, hang on for me.
10 seconds.
Processors.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Rick's got a problem with American Homes, Richmond American Homes. Richmond, I believe, was recently sold to a Japanese company. Rick, what's going on?
Correct, Tom. I appreciate you taking the call. I called you yesterday, actually, in regards to a speeding ticket, if you recall that. And my name is Richard, but my mother called me Rick, so that's why.
You got a speeding ticket in Frederick, and you never signed it. You wanted to know, can they still prosecute it? Yeah. So what's going on now?
That's correct, yeah. Well, my woman and I, we signed a contract to purchase a Richmond American home in April. And throughout the process, they give you a more or less a spec home. They don't give you a whole lot of options to.
Well, they're semi custom, right? They used to be pretty. They used to be pretty nice homes. I don't know how they are recently, but they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're not bad. I mean, the way that they're constructing it, I've been there every day pretty much for the last 2 or 3 months when they started the building and whatnot. Really good job on it. But part of the agreement between the salesperson, myself, and my woman and my realtor was that we were going to have a black roof, black shingles put on it. So
now, was this in the contract anywhere?
Well, here's the problem. Like the contracts are like 90 pages long, and I'm exaggerating a little bit, but not by much. So you're on a DocuSign, you go through, signature by signature by signature and whatnot. So after we had agreed.
Yeah, black asphalt is just so you know, I know you want one, but it's a bad idea. But keep going.
Oh, I get it. They conduct a lot of heat.
They're really bad ideas for everything you can think of. It doesn't last as long. Your decking doesn't last as long. It radiates tremendous heat into the house. But anyway, keep going. That doesn't mean you can't request it. Go ahead.
Right. So in any case, we had all sat down before signing through DocuSign and had agreed on the black shingle. They actually let us pick out the colors of the home, and she based it around that black roof. And so the other day when I was there, they put on gray shingles. So immediately I went up to the roofer, and I told him, I said, stop it now if you can, please, because that isn't what we agreed to. So I really went back to the sales office, and I told the salesperson, not our original salesperson, but another salesperson, that we had agreed to black.
Yeah.
Well, lo and behold, the next morning, the original salesperson got on it, sent me a copy of the work order. The work order said gray. So we did sign for gray. So I sent an
Rick,
email.
if you signed for gray, why are we discussing this?
Well, because I don't know, Tom. I was just wondering whether or not there was any kind of.
Well, if there was tell me. I want to ask a few questions. I'm not trying to trip you up. I'm trying to ask questions here. Why do you think that they would go against your wishes? I mean, why? I don't understand. If you were at the table, and you said, now, by the way, we want black asphalt, why do you think he would trick you? What was in it for them?
We had been discussing the gray and the black because it was my opinion that the gray would be cooler, last longer, and everything else. So I agreed with that. However, my woman wanted the black because of the way that, the scheme of the colors on the home that she had picked out. So we all agreed, all of us that were in that room, that they should be black. And what happened was the actual salesperson erred and put gray in there because of the conversation that I was having with everybody in the room at first.
Okay.
So that's truly what happened, and so I went ahead and email.
That salesperson could have gone in and just made a correction. Do you think the salesperson forgot?
I do. I think the salesperson forgot. Not that it's going to make any difference, because I sent an email to the director of sales and the president of Richmond, talking to them about this, saying there was an error done, but what we really want, we want black shingles. They got back to me and told me that, the contractual, you're going to get gray shingles. So I'm like, hey, is there any other concessions that we can go with? So they got back to me and said, we'll give you a $5,000 credit towards closing costs.
Oh,
and
okay.
So are you of the opinion that that is a good deal? Or, you know, I know that the roof was going to be about $20,000. I have a...
Wait a minute. A $5,000 credit for you just as a goodwill gesture, or are you thinking about doing your own black roof?
Well, I had thought about it, but one of my very good friend works for Jay at Excel, and I brought him up there last night. We looked, you know, and about, you know, what the roof would actually cost. I don't know what it would cost Richmond exactly, because I'm sure they've got some sort of discounts going on, but it's about a $20,000 roof.
So you'd be out of pocket 15. You'd be out of pocket $15,000.
That's correct.
I wouldn't do it. I mean, is it that important? Is it that important?
Well, the more that I think about it, the more that I, you know, talk about it, it is very important to my woman. But, you know, I mean, if
would they let you walk?
I don't think they'll let me walk. You know, I got mush on it already. You know, I doubt they would let me walk. And I don't know that I really want to walk. And I don't really want to, you know, bash the homes, because homes are doing 2x6 on the exterior, so on and so forth. It's a decent home. Nice ranch. So
didn't your friend at Excel try to talk you out of black too?
Oh yeah. He absolutely did.
Then why, if you explain that to your spouse, I think she may understand.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, the possibility of us going in and saying, can we change the exterior colors to match the gray now instead of matching the black?
Well, gray and black are in the same color spectrum. What would you have to change? I'm curious.
They are. Well, I don't know whether...
If it goes with black, it's going to go with gray, as far as I know.
Yeah, pretty much so.
Did you have black shutters? Did you have black shutters?
No shutters on it at all. There was there's a little bit of black in the brick. There's a brick on it, you know, on the front and the back. So there's a little black that's in the shade of the brick color. Other than that, I mean, she picked out a dark trim color, which I think, you know, it probably would be just fine even as it is. But I suppose we could go in there and change the color scheme if we really wanted to.
No, well, if you can, but I don't see if you would or why you would, but that's none of my business. This is none of my business either, but I'm just asking this just out of curiosity, truly, and there's a reason for it, because of real estate transactions I've seen in the past. You mentioned your woman, not your wife. Are you married to this woman, or are you doing it as a partnership?
No, we're cohabitating.
But are you doing it as a partnership?
Well, I don't know how you define partnership.
Well, that's why I'm saying this, Rick. I don't want to cause trouble. But I am telling you, it is insane to buy a house with someone who is not your spouse without a partnership agreement. Okay? Now, listen. And I'm not talking. And now, why do you not need one with a spouse? Because the laws cover marriage and dissolution of marriage. There are no laws to cover your situation, like percentage of ownership, who contributed what, who gets what. And I'm just saying, is this the love of your life? Do you consider her your wife?
Yes, and I get exactly what you're saying. When he done these, I had a lawyer draw one up for us.
Wait, so you do have a partnership agreement?
Yes, we do.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so you are buying it as partners.
That's correct. And it's all pretty much spelled out.
Excellent. So if something happens between the two of you, then you have the dissolution spelled out.
We have it all spelled out.
Good. Very good.
Errors, obviously.
You're a smart
It's all-
man,
it's
Rick.
all-
You're a smart man. Thank you. I just,
I
again,
don't know about that,
but okay. But no, that's a smart thing to
I
do.
truly appreciate I appreciate that, Tom. But I truly appreciate what you do, and I guess my call today is more out of a frustration level. So they have
You know what?
actually been pretty
You
good
know,
to me. They push
here's
back.
the thing. I'm going to tell you something that's weird. Let's say a salesperson was there and said that, and you could prove it. But the contract says something different. You will find wording in that contract. It should be in that contract. It's in most that says any other promises, verbal or whatever, are superseded by the contract.
Right.
So
even with a witness, we're
that's right.
screwed more or
That's
less
what
on
I was
that.
getting
But,
at.
yeah,
And
I
I
get
don't
it.
call it screwed.
Yeah.
I call it divine intervention, and I'm just kidding a little. But you don't, I love, by the way, I know what she's trying to do, and I love a black roof. I love the way they look. So don't get me wrong. I love a slate roof. Now, if it was slate, that's different. But man, I would never go with a black asphalt roof. Never.
When you can, buddy.
Even though I love it, even though I love the way it looks. I got to take a break. I'm Tom Martino. More coming right up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Delays over on the west end of town, I-70 eastbound between Federal and Pecos. Road maintenance operations blocking 2 left lanes has stopped up traffic back from I-76. We're seeing a 40-minute delay for the early afternoon commute. Otherwise, a fairly calm drive throughout town. I-25 north and southbound, no major complaints. We are seeing some stop and go on the 6th Avenue eastbound off-ramp to I-25 southbound, but nothing out of the ordinary there. Up on the northeast end, I-270 westbound, some stopped up traffic at Vasquez. Once again, nothing out of the ordinary. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies. It's a high of 98 this afternoon, nice and warm, overnight low of 64. The current temperature in Denver is 88 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Hey, if you are looking for planning for retirement, and really that's a loaded question. Everyone should be planning their retirement because it's going to come eventually, and what you want is Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. rpcenter.com. You know what they do? They're a financial advisement firm that have they've gotten together and said, you know what, we want to help people shore up their retirement. So they help you no matter what age you're at to gain a nest egg, protect the nest egg, help the nest egg grow, and then put some of it toward income. All of it is a retirement plan. They're not elements. You may already have some elements like an IRA, a 401k, some insurance policies, a will, or whatever. They coordinate it all. Now, they'll go over what they do and how they charge. The fees are minimal compared to what they do. And then they'll happily do that without any obligation. So why don't you call them and find out? It's rpcenter.com. That's the website, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. I am a client, by the way. 970-663-3211. 970-663-3211. Hey, and in retirement, what the hell? You may want to do an RV. Or you don't even have to be retired. Mark and Suzanne love their RV. You know what? LazyDays.com is the RV authority. What do I mean by that? Well, sales, service, and new and used. You can go to LazyDays.com. Now, they have a new service facility, beautiful maintenance facility. They're hard to find, by the way, for RVs. LazyDays.com, exit 240 and I-25, just south on Frontage Road on the east side. That used to be Century RV, our friends there, merged with Lazy Days. And Lazy Days have locations all over the country. LazyDays.com.
Hello.
South Broadway in Littleton, or visit AudiDenver.com to schedule an appointment.
Is Chopper going to be pissed if I hold him over?
Chopper's just having fun on YouTube.
Did Mark ever come back?
Nope.
Not yet. He's on his way. He's doing some cash grabs right now.
Okay. Not a big deal. I just wondered. I wonder if he's going to get some cash for me. I like cash grabs.
I like money. 10 seconds.
Call, text, and now talk back anytime with our free iHeartRadio app while streaming KHOW and the full screen player. Just click the microphone to record your message. Talk back to Denver's talk station now.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Barry called yesterday, wanted to cancel his Pure Talk phone, and he said it was incapacitated, not working. And he had to get like some kind of password off it for him to cancel. So it's broken. He wants to cancel his account, but they won't let him until he gives the verbal password. I said, why don't you go online? They have an online portal. And I thought my people went on there and looked and said, there is a way to cancel online without a verbal password, or you can change your verbal password online. So, Barry, what happened?
Yes. I found out yesterday when I went down on the computer, went downtown and checked on my computer. They tried to make a payment.
Who tried to make a payment, Barry?
Pure Talk.
You mean they tried to take a payment from you?
Yes, and I changed my debit card.
Good.
And it was returned. So as a result of my payment being returned, my account was canceled.
Oh, good. So you accomplished what you wanted.
Yes.
Okay.
And thank you for your advice.
Okay, well, I'm glad that happened. He changed his debit card, so he did skin a cat a different way. He changed his debit card, which in turn helped him to get that canceled. Thank you very much. Hey, Chopper, I know you only have a few seconds. This is a follow-up from yesterday, right, Chopper?
He just dropped off.
Oh, he did. Oh, my goodness. Chopper just dropped. Okay, Chopper, get on for the start of the next hour. And we'll talk about your follow-up, something with that construction company. I got to figure out the original caller, and then we'll come out back with that and more. And any calls that you have, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. And don't forget, you can also call 303-713-TALK. And you can text me, of course. We got more right after this.
Okay. And you said it's Nancy, and what was your name, sir? I didn't get that. Okay. And this is issue with Dennis and Aurora. Okay. Hang on for me. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Show. Oh, okay. Hang on, Chopper.
This is a special report from ABC News. Americans freed from Russia. I'm Michelle Franzen. A multi-country prisoner swap today, not seen since the Cold War. The U.S., Russia, and European nations agreeing to the exchange of 24 prisoners, including 3 Americans. Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gerskovich, former Marine Paul Whelan, Russian-American journalist Alsu Kurmasheva, and American green card holder Vladimir
Ah.
What's up?
I have an assignment for you.
Another one?
This is for a translation from Italian, and I just need you to read this script for Dragon to record it and send it to me when you have a minute and a break.
Italian?
It's in English. You're reading it for an Italian boxer who got her ass kicked by a dude at the Olympics today. So.
Okay, so I need to read this in an emotional, upset tone?
Yes. I think you can manage that. You do that all the time.
Oh my God. Not
Daniel,
today.
perfect.
Do
Perfect.
not today.
Right there. You ready? Go for it.
I want to show you something. I don't know if you can hear. He's my father. I did the last kilometer because one day I felt tired before Tokyo. I felt tired. I said, Dad, I'm tired. The training is intense, but I won't give up. He said to me, Angelina, a champion is a bit like in cycling. The champion, when they see the last kilometer, you know what they do? They pedal even harder. So you reach that last kilometer and pedal and go all the way. Because I will always be with you. And so I did. Until the end. I fought with blood in my eyes. Because I wanted this victory at all costs. Just for my father.
Beautiful, Kelly.
Thank you. I want to show you something. Oh. These things are so damn good. Should be sin.
I could eat like 50 of these things.
Okay.
Temperature never 88 degrees or impact traffic and weather. Mark's on 6:30 KL. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. Join the good man with Allstate.
He says, this is more angry than sad, but we'll go with it. He said angry.
Okay, I'll re-record it.
No, he said it's fine.
I'll re-record it.
Nope, too late.
No, it's not.
Nope, too late. I refuse.
Why? Is it not hard?
Yep.
I can re-record it.
Nope.
I'll go ask him.
I refuse. Nope, I refuse. 10 seconds.
Clerk Tina Peters has begun. We'll have a report from the courtroom and my roadmap, how President Trump can defeat Kamala Harris easily and by a very wide margin. Join me at 4.
Yeah.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. How can we help you today? We love helping people, so let's go right to the phones. We've got Deputy Chopper, who wants to give us a follow-up on a case that came in, I believe, the other day from Clay. I'm trying to find the call. Do you remember when?
Yes,
Oh, yeah. He bought a house 4 years ago, and the leach field went bad. This is what was weird, okay? He hired a construction company to put in a new field, a leach field. A leach field, for those listening, is part of a septic system. That what happens with a septic system, the sewer main from the house goes into the septic, the solids drop to the bottom, and are pumped out about every 5 years or so. But the top, the liquids go out to the top of the tank through holes into a leach field where it evaporates and then enriches the soils. Usually it's a sandy soil put in for a leach field. So what's going on, though? It failed, and he paid $10,000 up front on June 20th to Schra Construction, Mark Schra, and then he said heard nothing from them.
Yes, Tom. I talked to Clay, and we went over several options that I told him that we could do. And the one option I said is, I also looked online, and believe it or not, this construction company had more good things than bad things.
Oh, okay.
And I said, how about having an attorney just send a letter there and tell them, what's going on? Why can't we get this done?
Why can't we call him?
He called me today. Excuse me?
Why can't we call him?
Well,
I'm just curious.
Or
go ahead.
Well, anyhow, the attorney wrote a letter, and Clay called me today. Oh, Clay didn't want to come on the air. He says he's not that good when he's talking on the air today. And they showed up today. All the equipment, all the stuff you need, the pipes, everything.
Did he have an attorney write a letter?
Yes, he did.
How could he? That was only a day ago, 2 days ago.
I know, and it's a $9,300 dinger, Tom.
Wow, it sure is. Hold on, I like that idea, but Chopper, I'm wondering, did an attorney really write a letter, or do you think it was? I mean, I'm not trying to take credit for it, but how the hell did he get an attorney? He called on the 30th, right? And how did he get an attorney?
Yes. Well, I talked to him 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And he said he had attorney send the guy a letter.
Wow, that's good work, Clay. Good work getting an attorney to do that. Wow.
Yeah.
So they showed up.
They showed up, and all the pipes, everything. I think I told you I was familiar with septic because I have one. Everything's there, and he's happy.
Oh man, that's good. Yeah, and that was only part of the money. He has to pay the rest when it's done. I recommend to this guy that he waits for final inspection before he pays. But I wonder why that company didn't show up. But as you said, it wasn't a bad company from what you could find.
That's correct.
Okay, Chopper, thanks. You working on anything else?
I actually do, and I have to ask you on this one, Tom. Did I ever give you a follow-up on the city of Johnstown versus this per house that was getting flooded?
You know what? I'm not sure you did. Tell me about it.
Well, I'll cut this one real short because I know we're busy. The bottom line is I did get a hold of the city of Johnstown.
Was this Angie? Was this Angie who bought a house that was built in the 60s? Yes. And she said that the city's drainage was doing damage to her house?
Yes, and causing termites and everything.
Yeah.
Well, this is one where there appears to be no immediate solution. The city of Johnstown basically is saying they have no money. They say they inherited this from Weld County when they annexed the area. They're aware of the problem. They want to fix it, but it's not going to take place.
What? They acknowledge it and they say they're broke.
That's exactly right, Tom.
Wow.
I almost thought, buy the house and make it a retention pond, and that might be the cheapest thing. Angie even gave that some thought.
Wow. So the city acknowledges the problem, but says they can't afford to fix it. But they say,
yeah, they said they have several other public works going on at the same time, and there's just no money in the 2024 budget. Maybe next year.
Oh man, that's weird. Okay. Well, thank you for finding that out. I mean, you can't fight City Hall literally. I mean, but I'm wondering if she would have and I'm serious about this. You see, there's something in the governmental immunity law that would be triggered here. Do you know what that is? Governmental immunity says, here's what governmental immunity says, that as long as the city or the municipality, whatever it is, can show it's doing normal maintenance and repairs, it can't be held responsible for damages. But they're admitting they're not doing it. I think they could be held responsible for damages. I mean, I really do. I think in a civil action, if you might want to mention to her, if she brought a civil action, she could probably prove that they're not maintaining the infrastructure properly, and that's not her problem that they annexed it without money. They're going to have to raise taxes or something, but she shouldn't be the sole victim, not at all. So, okay.
Well, there's also 10 neighbors that might go in.
Well, that's a good idea because I think they have a good case, and I don't think immunity is going to be on the city side in this case because they say they're broke. That is not immunity. That's stupidity. That's lack of management, lack of leadership. Johnstown.
I agree with you.
I wonder if a lot of people in Johnstown are unhappy with the city. It seems if they have these problems, they have to have a lot more. Thanks for uncovering that. We ought to, people in Johnstown, if you know of people, spread the word and send us some emails or call the show. I want to know what's going on in Johnstown that they have the nerve to say they're running out of money. Well, then raise your taxes or something, or don't incorporate. I mean, what the hell are you doing? They annexed parts of places they can't afford to fix or maintain. Are they insane? That's not an excuse. Who's ever heard of such a thing? Well, when we annexed it, we inherited these problems. Well, guess what? They're your problems now. Golly. We have a lot more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. By the way, Dan McKenzie is an estate planning attorney. Dan McKenzie, McKenzie Law. Everyone needs a will. Not everyone needs anything else, but if you do, you can go to Dan McKenzie. He can talk about preserving your business, passing on your business, maybe your assets of some kind you want to protect, or you need a trust, whatever it is. Dan McKenzie, McKenzie Law, very personalized service, 833-CO plans.
Hey, I'm going to let you in on a wireless hack that can cut your cell phone bill in half. Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile, they want you to think that unlimited data is fantastic. Well, the fact is, it's not. Pure Talk, my cell phone company, only charges you for data that you need. For just $25 a month, you get unlimited talk, unlimited text, 5 gigs of data, plus mobile hotspot. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword save now, and do it now. You'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Save money, same service with Pure Talk.
And if you want a bathroom at a discount, Discount Bath is the name of the company, and they do what they say what they do. They'll put in a beautiful bathroom at a discount, still the same quality as you see in expensive baths, but you know what? They're doing it at a discount for a reason, and that is they can. So if you want to talk to guys that aren't trying to get rich off of one project, people that'll do tear out and haul away free, people that'll do everything from a half bath in a hallway to a full bath for your master suite, or you can get a bathroom in the basement that's roughed in, whatever you need. If you need a bathroom in the basement, if you need a bath, discountbath.com. They have beautiful designs. They'll give you prices right away on their website, discountbath.com. You can do a video and upload it to them and get a price, 720-979-2322. Hey, speaking of baths, what about water heaters? You want the best price anywhere? EuroPlumbingColorado.net. I can say that with confidence. No one can touch his prices. If you're looking for a 40-gallon tank, fully installed, the old one taken out, hauled away, that's only $13.99. A 50-gallon tank, $14.99. And no matter what size you want, they got the best prices, and they challenge you to put them to the test. EuroPlumbingColorado.net, any plumbing repair, they say they'll beat any plumbing price. 303-668-6844.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping, and just groggy at the end of the day.
Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best
Missoula.
Ten seconds, Tom.
All right.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Nancy, and I believe Art's on the phone too, an issue with a dentist. What's happening?
Yes, hopefully you can help us.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, Nancy, I'm here with Nancy.
Yes, my niece and Nancy's here.
So what's happening?
Yeah, she had a $45,000 implant at Dental Associates of Aurora.
Wait a minute. A $45,000 implant?
Correct. And she paid out of pocket.
Wait a minute. Hold on. No. Art, I know that you want to tell your story, but my God in heaven. I mean, I've never heard of an implant more than, at the outside with the full restoration, it's maybe $5,000. Are you talking about one implant or a mouth?
No, whole mouth.
Oh, well, okay, that's different. So she had dentures with implants. Is that right?
Yeah, she had a full
mouth.
A whole mouth restoration. I got it. How many actual implants were done?
10.
And then so one implant holds a few teeth, right?
Yes.
Okay, so keep going. What happened then?
And then she went in to get a teeth cleaning, and the Dental Associates charged insurance company $1,300 into the $600 service, and now they won't reimburse the $700.
I'm not sure what we're talking about. So this is after the $45,000 was spent. She went in for a regular cleaning. Is that right?
Correct.
And it was $1,300.
They charged her $1,300, but it's a $600 procedure.
Now, how do you know? And I'm not arguing. I just need to know when you say it is a $600 procedure. How do you know that?
Well, they gave us the bill and it said $600.
Okay, so that's how much the cleaning was, $600.
Correct. And they charged the insurance company $1,300.
Oh, now I understand. So they got reimbursed $1,300.
Correct. But Nancy can't get $700 back to her allowance on her insurance.
But let me ask you this, because I'm a bit confused. Sometimes insurance works like this, where you have a portion to pay, and then the insurance pays a portion. Or was this like, did she have a copay for the cleaning?
No, it was just a $600 charge.
So the cleaning, if I walked in off the street, would be $600.
Yes, that's what they charged her.
That's a lot of money for a cleaning, by the way. Why was it so much, the cleaning?
According to the dentist, Dr. Lee says there's a procedure. They have to use certain tools to get the...
Oh, because of all the implants. Yeah, it might be a whole different ball game when you have that. Yeah, that could be. So after that, she was charged $600 for a cleaning. And you're saying that your insurance company reimbursed that dentist $1,300.
Dental Associates still has $700 that belong to the insurance company.
Because the insurance company overpaid.
Correct.
So, you never paid out of pocket, is that right?
She paid out of pocket for the initial payment because they would not accept the insurance company because they weren't sure if the dental codes would cover it. And we found out that dental codes were covered.
So what did she pay out of pocket?
She paid $600, but that was reimbursed.
Okay. So right now, why do you now? And I don't mean this to be a wise ass. Why do you care if you got your money back? Why do you care what they charged your insurance?
Well, the reason is she needs that $700 back for another procedure, and she only has that $300 left in her dental allowance.
Oh, because, okay, so the insurance only pays a certain allowance, what, every year?
Yeah, $1,600 a year, and then she paid $600 for the
No,
cleaning.
I get it. So because she has only a certain amount every year in benefits, she needs them to credit the extra money and not charge it.
Correct.
But can I ask you something? What kind of dental plan is this?
It's just through Cigna, a dental plan through Cigna.
Really? And how does it work? How much do you pay every month for it?
How much do you pay?
They in my Medicare, the money, the insurance takes my...
I think she pays like $300 a month for insurance, something like that. For
I got
coverage.
it. I got it. Okay, so listen, man. This dental office basically overcharged, or did the code call for that money?
The code came up to $600.
Did you tell them about this?
Oh, yeah, we've been dealing with this for 110 days.
What do they say when you say you got paid too much? What do they say about it?
They said that they were going to send the check to Cigna about 6 to 8 weeks ago, and Cigna has not received the check yet. We just got off the phone with Cigna, and still no check.
Okay. And because of that, your wife's allowance is lower. She doesn't have as much money left.
Right, she has $300. Another quick thing, we've been dealing with this for a long time, and Dental Associates of Aurora told Cigna not to call back no more. We've had multiple three-ways with the dental office.
Wait a minute.
And they finally told
So Dental Associates of Aurora is the one doing this?
Correct.
And they're the ones that did the $45,000 restoration?
Correct. They kicked her out, and they won't reimburse the $700, and they told us not to call no more. So that's why we called you.
I would take him to small claims court. I swear to God I would. I would. Because, in essence, they took that money from her allowance.
Right.
I think if you... I think if you started a small claim, I really mean this, I think that would shake them up. I think you would get some action.
Or have you called the dental board?
No, not yet. We just got off the phone with Cigna, and
but it's been 110 days, and you didn't call the dental board?
No, Cigna was supposed to take care of it, but they just told us that we have to file all these appeals now, and that's going to take another 4 or 5 months.
Wait. Why would that's a good point. Cigna is the one that paid it. Do they know they overpaid?
Yes, they do.
Then why don't they do something about it?
That's what we were calling. That's why we got frustrated with them and said, I'm calling Tom Martino. Been listening for 30 years, by the way.
Man, I'd love to help you on this, but I am trying to help you. I'm not telling you we won't help you, but I'm almost positive if you file small claims court against Dental Associates of Aurora for overcharging, and you can show that how do you know what was paid to them from does it show on your EIB, your explanation, or your EOB, your explanation of benefits?
On the receipt we got from them, just says $600 on the date of service, which was 4/10/24.
Right. But what about the money your insurance paid? Where do you get that figure?
From the insurance company, they said that it was a $600 charge, and then like I said, now they're overcharged by $700, and Cigna told us it's up to us to get it back.
No, I don't see. That doesn't make sense to me.
Exactly.
So.
And another thing,
wait. Are they saying that they were charged $600 at first, and then another $700?
No, they charged $1,300 for a $600 fee.
Okay.
We got the $600.
And got the what?
The $600 back that she paid through her credit card. So that we're not worried about that.
No, I know you got that back, but your insurance company is out $1,300.
I think it's $700 now.
It's $600 for clean teeth. They overcharge it.
Okay. I'm more confused now than ever. I thought I had this down. Hold on. I want to get this straight. You're telling me it was just wait, just from very simple answers. You told me it was a $600 cleaning, right?
Correct.
What is the total amount of money your insurance paid for that cleaning?
$1,300.
Well, then that's another $700. So they're overcharged $700.
Correct.
Okay. So you need to sue this dental office for $700 because they in essence overcharged you. Even though the insurance paid it, it came out of her benefit.
Correct.
I would start that immediately. I swear to God, I would go online in the county they're in Aurora. I would do a small claim for $700, plus we will call them as well. The problem with calling for medical stuff like this is they're going to cite HIPAA and all of that crap. But if we do it the right way, we're not going to ask for any medical information whatsoever. We're simply going to ask them, why are they overcharging for a procedure, and why didn't they refund the money to your insurance, period. I mean, that it's crazy. I mean, it sounds pretty dishonest to me.
Yeah, we're not allowed to call them anymore, as well as Cigna can't call them anymore.
Well, who says? God? I mean, what do you mean you're not allowed to call them?
Well, they told Cigna, do not call anymore on this matter.
But why do they believe they should keep an extra $700?
Yeah, supposedly they sent the check, but not received.
Well, Doc, can you take a stab at this?
I can tell you what they're going to say. They're going to say that they can't even acknowledge the fact that she was a patient there. So I would, not only would I file small claims, I would call the insurance commissioner, because it's an insurance matter, and they might step in and get this settled very quickly.
I don't think the insurance commission will get involved, and I'll tell you why.
Tell me why, because
here's why. Because the victim here is an insurance company, and the insurance company isn't even complaining. The consumers have no standing there. Now, why would they have standing in small claims court? Because it came out of her benefit. How much does she get in a benefit for each calendar year?
$1,600.
So they basically took $700 away from that.
Correct. She has $300 left in, and it should be $1,000.
Right. I get exactly where you're going with this.
Break when you can.
It makes complete sense to me. And I would sue them in small claims court. And Doc's right. I mean, you have to do this directly. You sue them in small claims court and say that her insurance account was overcharged by $700, diminishing her benefit by that much, and you want to be reimbursed since now you have to pay for it. You really need to do it, bro. And we'll give you instructions not on the law, but on the logistics of filing. But you go online and download the form, and we'll even talk to you about serving it and stuff, or maybe help you serve them. It's Dental Associates of Aurora, people. Be very cautious. If they're doing this to these people, then who the hell else are they doing this to? We have more coming right up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Some delays over on the west end of town. I-70 eastbound before Wadsworth. We've got a crash blocking 2 right lanes with slow traffic back from Kipling. Otherwise, your standard fare throughout the Denver metro this afternoon. I-25 northbound into downtown showing speeds in the 30s and 40s between Alameda and Colfax. Just west of there, 6th Avenue eastbound, some usual stop and go on the off-ramp to I-25 southbound. Back to I-70 east and westbound. Pretty easy driving to the DIA area over on the east end. Fox 31, pinpoint weather. It's another hot one out there today, folks. High 98 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Overnight low of 64. Tomorrow, high 96 with isolated thunderstorms. The current temperature in Denver is 93 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Hey, if you're looking for the best service for RVs and somewhere that you can go with confidence around the country and find other locations, you want LazyDays.com. You know, Lazy Days specializes, of course, in RVs. They're the RV authority. Do you know they have locations all over the country? I mean, in Utah, and Iowa, and Oklahoma, and Arizona, and Nevada, New Mexico, Minnesota, Texas, Wisconsin, Oregon, Washington, of course, right here in Colorado. Why do I stress that? That's because if you want service, you'll get it. And they have them in Longmont, Aurora, and Johnstown. Here's the deal. It's the place to go for not just sales and service, but also to trade yours in or to even sell yours. They have Class A diesels, Class A gas, Class B, Class C, fifth wheels, toy haulers, travel trailers, pop-ups. That's LazyDays.com.
Hey.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show. Okay, what's your name? I'm sorry, one more time. Your first name? Jeremiah? Question on electrical work. And this is for a home or an apartment? Okay. Okay, hang on for me.
With tens of thousands of satisfied patients across America, it's no surprise QC Kinetics gets 5-star reviews. I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
I can recommend them highly. I would recommend QC to anybody. QC Kinetics has changed my life.
I couldn't believe it. I honestly was skeptical, but the pain went from a 10 to a 0.
Real people with real lasting relief from joint pain. QC Kinetics regenerative medicine is regenerating.
Hey, Tom?
Yeah.
Are we done with Nancy and Art?
For now, we are.
Okay, do you want them to call back after they've...
Yeah, if they need help with that, for sure.
Okay. Hi, guys. So Tom's recommendation is for you to work with your insurance company to see...
No.
if they can-
Wait. Are we talking about... No, they need to do small claims court against the clinic.
I understand. So if you want to, do you have access to email? Okay. If you can send me any documentation you have or anything that I can forward over, we are at help, HELP, at Troubleshooter, and that's all one word, TROUBLESHOOTER.com.
Is Mark
Help
back yet?
at troubleshooter.com, and then I can forward that to Tom and Mark and see if we can do anything else for you. And make sure that you include all of your contact information. Okay, that's no problem. We're on Monday through Friday from 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Or, I'm sorry, 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. No problem. Thank you for calling. All right, bye. 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock? What are we doing? Biden's hours?
Yeah.
Okay, so you told them small claims court, right?
Say it again, Tom?
She told them small claims court.
They're going to send all the information to see what they can do.
Okay. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Jeremiah is on the line now. Hi, Jeremiah. What's happening?
Hey, Tom. How's it going?
Good, man. What's going on with you?
Not a whole lot. I just recently hired an electrician to come in and do some work for me.
Yeah?
Installed some lights, and I was in the attic for something else after the installation was done, and noticed that the electrical line that was run comes through. They punched a hole in my furnace vent that goes from the basement through the attic.
You mean your
to the
duct
roof.
work?
Yeah, and they ran the electrical through the ductwork. So there's a
Okay,
hole in the
so they
exhaust
ran it through the ductwork as opposed to running it around the ductwork. So they literally just drilled through the metal?
Yeah, I've got pictures. They just ripped a hole in the vent. And it's
When
not
you
like
say
the-
vent, though,
the
was there a
cooling
vent
duct.
already there?
No, this is the vent for the furnace, the CO2, like the off-gassing.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So they just it was there in a vent cap, and so they just punched a hole in it. So I'm concerned about CO2 in the attic and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, okay, but your attic should be ventilated anyway, but still you don't want CO2.
Right.
So this flue, is the furnace in the attic?
No, the furnace is in the basement. It just
Okay,
runs through
so
that
this is
section
the
of house.
flue, the exhaust flue that goes out.
Correct.
Oh, that's what they drilled through.
Correct. So there's a hole
Wait a
in the
minute.
exhaust flue.
How lazy is that? Why the hell they do that?
Maybe they thought I wasn't going in the attic?
What I want to know is this. Was there an easy way around it?
Not that I know. I mean, I didn't inspect the work as far as like how they could have run it. I just saw the hole, called the company. They are saying they're going to come fix it. But my biggest concern is, who do I need to inspect this to, one, make sure it's safe and done properly? Because obviously this brings up some big red flags.
Well,
and then
okay.
Two,
Hold on.
is
They
tape
installed
on
some
the
lights, so it didn't require a permit.
Right.
So you would have to get another electrician, independent of these people, to see if it was run right, but you also have to find one that's not going to try to charge you to run up a bill. You know what I mean? It's like weird. So let's think about this. Where are you?
In the Springs.
Okay. So let's figure out who we can send there that's honest and open, and just what you're really looking for is someone who's not going to rip you off. And I'm not saying...
Oh, right.
I'm not saying...
And then I need an HVAC person to tell me, hey, this vent is safe.
Well, okay. The vent is not going to be unsafe, but it's going to off-gas out the hole. How big is the hole?
Probably 3-inch by 3-inch.
Why did they
really
make it so
punched the hole and
big?
Peeled it back.
Wait. They sealed it?
No. They peeled it back.
Oh.
So they basically punched a hole and peeled it open. So it's about 3 by 3.
And what
it's
about on
all
the
the
other
other
side?
part.
What on the other side? How big is it?
Well, I can't see the other side. It's inside the dark vent.
Inside the
would probably
dark vent.
give you a thousand.
I need to see the
So-
page. Kachina, did he send pictures of this?
No, but I can text them to you now.
Hold on. Kachina, get this photo so I can see it during the break. I'm Tom Martino. I want to come back and look at it right after this.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Some delays over on the west end of town. I-70 eastbound before Wadsworth. We've got a crash blocking 2 right lanes with slow traffic back from Kipling. Otherwise, your standard fare throughout the Denver Metro this afternoon. I-25 northbound into downtown showing speeds in the 30s and 40s between Alameda and Colfax. Just west of there, 6th Avenue eastbound, some usual stop and go on the off-ramp to I-25 southbound. Back to I-70 east and westbound. It's pretty easy driving to the DIA area over on the east end. Fox 31, pinpoint weather. It's another hot one out there today, folks. High 98 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Overnight low of 64. Tomorrow, high 96 with isolated thunderstorms. The current temperature in Denver is 93 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Hey, you know, investing is something that's very personal to people, and people sometimes don't even like discussing it. But when I talk about the guaranteed pension for life, I'm not suggesting you put all your money in it or a majority of your money. I'm saying it's an option. And one of the things to do is to check it out. It's called a fixed indexed annuity. That really is a guarantee of growth, a guarantee not to lose, gain, or principal, and a guarantee to generate income. Now, obviously, the more you put in, the more you get out. They also have bonus structures where you get additional money going in. And I want you to find out more with mymoneymyway.com. And that's 303-779-6600.
Selling your
Nah, don't worry. She did admit to thinking about hiding your headphones. So I was like, put them in your little bucket, your little blue Tupperware up there.
Did Mark ever get back in the studio?
What?
Did Mark ever get back in the studio?
No.
Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Life hack number 7. Get an iPhone 12 on Straight Talk. Life hack. Here's how it works. You walk into Walmart, go to the electronics section, ask for iPhone 12 with 5G and dual camera system, and select the new Silver Unlimited plan. They'll smile because it's a good plan. You get real unlimited data all for just $20 a month for the whole first year. Go to Walmart or StraightTalk.com. Straight Talk. Less dollars, more cents. Taxes and fees apply. Requires activation of iPhone 12 with a new Silver Unlimited plan or higher end auto pay limit. $25 a month service credit applied up to 12 months. Eligibility requirements met. For management conferences, visit StraightTalk.com. Everyone on the road is trying to make it to their destination safely. You can help by staying aware of the large trucks and buses around you. They take long to stop, encounter blind spots, and they want to turn.
Oh, wow.
It takes all of us working together.
Did you send it to me?
Good afternoon. Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Show. How
Did
can
she-
I help you?
Did she send me that picture?
Yeah, she's forwarding it right now.
Well, come on, woman.
Okay. We're coming up on the end of the show. Would you like to text that in, or would you like me to call you tomorrow? 57739. Okay, perfect. Uh-huh. Bye. Dude.
Yeah, so that's like a dryer
Yeah.
stack. Yeah.
Holy crap.
That's not like a,
Where'd you send it?
I did.
She just
Where?
sent-
Should
Where-
be in your inbox.
Okay, thanks.
But yeah, they didn't cut a hole, they ripped a hole.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty, I don't know.
Unprofessional. I'd love to see the other side.
How stupid is that?
Oh, that must be the other side?
I just don't know what I'm looking at, though. See, that's... Like, I have no idea what I'm looking at. What is that?
It looks like a dryer
It
vent.
looks definitely. It looks bigger than a dryer vent.
Yeah, well, no, it's a furnace vent, but I don't understand what that...
Yeah, they're not that big.
Okay, it's not going through the flue. It looks like that's just a through the floor thing.
Whatever it is.
What I'm saying is I don't think that air comes out of that.
All right, 10 seconds.
I'm going to ask him.
Talk station.
The station I keep it on.
630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino. Listen, I got the pictures, Jeremiah. So Jeremiah says that they ran an electrical line for something, a light, and they took the Romex, which is insulated wire, which is fine, but he said they ran it through a flue vent. But it doesn't look to me, I might be wrong, that it's going through the vent itself. It looks like it's going through the collar that stabilizes the vent through the floor or through the ceiling. So that vent is coming up from another floor, right? From the lower floor?
Correct.
Now,
yeah, the
I get it. Now, I need to ask you a question. You peeled away that insulation, and where that wire goes through what it looks like, it's metal. They peeled back the metal and put the wire through there. Does air come out of there when the furnace is on?
I haven't had the furnace on.
Well, you need to check it, because I don't think, here's what I think. If people can picture this, I believe the flue is continuous to the furnace. I don't think they cut into the actual flue. I think what they did was the flue, where it goes through the floor, has a metal collar on it. And that metal collar insulates it from the floor, from the wood, okay? And so sometimes people use metal straps to do that. Sometimes they use these collars, which are basically made of the same material as the flue. So for lack of a better, it's sheet steel or sheet metal. So they use sheet metal with a hole in the middle, and the flue goes through the hole. So the sheet metal is like a collar. It looks like they drilled a hole into that collar and not into the flue itself. Take a flashlight and look in there and see if it's actually infiltrating the flue itself. It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I didn't move any of that insulation. That's the insulation. That's just how they left it. It
Okay.
was
all right.
All blown in, was just shoved to the side.
Well, actually, it's better that you can see it, right? That they didn't cover it up.
Right.
Now, let's just say it is infiltrating the flue itself. If it is, you're going to have to seal it because you don't want those gases in your attic, okay?
Right.
But
yeah, and those edges are sharp, so we need to move it anyway.
And then where does the wire go when it passes through the floor? Does it go to the light fixture?
It goes to the light fixtures, and you can see that it wasn't like attached to any of the framing. They just laid it on top.
No, I understand that. That's a little sloppy, but I see where you're right. And the wire wasn't like stapled or nailed, with a bracket to the stud. It was a little sloppy. It's not the end of the world. What I'd be mainly concerned about is do a visual inspection through that hole to see if there is actually, what you might see through that hole is that the flue continues down through the floor and it's not drilled at all.
Yeah, could be.
And if that's the case, that's what you want. Now, to be doubly sure, turn on the furnace and then just take your hand over that, wet your hand and put it over that and see if you can feel the air coming out through it. Not regular air, but actually forced air from the flue. If it's leaking, then you want it sealed. No matter what, it's kind of it's a poor job.
It looks like I hired my neighbor to do it.
No, or worse, a 4-year-old. I mean, it doesn't look great to me. I will go along with you on that. And if you want, we can pressure them to fix it. But I'm not sure there's a lot to fix here. So if I were you, what I would do is look up there and then call us back, or you can also text us, and then we'll look at it tomorrow when we get on the air. But thanks for calling, and again, just make sure you check that out. And again, your furnace wasn't on, so it's not like we're in heating season, but you need to turn it on to feel it. I'm Tom Martino. We're out of time. Don't forget, call 303-MARTINO at any time for help, information, and referrals. That's 303-627-8466, and save all your problems for me. Thanks, guys.